Yo,
What's going on?
what's up, y'all?
Got some of the
Ink,
regulars in here
yeah,
already.
you already know.
What's up, Inky,
Inky,
JT, Dick? What's going on?
what's up, Warfighter? What's up?
Warfighter.
What's up? How you doing, bro? Well, I know how you doing, but overall,
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm hanging there. I got my shots and stuff, so I'm feeling a little sick. So
yeah,
if I get a migraine halfway through, we might call it early. But for right
yeah,
now, I feel fine. So we
yeah,
we should be good. Um, but I'm excited. I couldn't miss another one. I hate
yeah,
missing these, so I
yeah.
was like,
It's
I just gotta get
it's
on.
always weird. It throws everything off. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Dill? Skull Trooper Italy Shard PSA 10 just went for 535.
Oh,
Italy shards going for 500 seems cheap. No, I mean I think that's actually a little bit up.
yeah. It's up. Is that it is
Uh,
cheap in
It
context,
is
but
cheap
yeah,
in
it's
context
definitely up.
because don't I still have
Cause then
one?
you pull a trigger on a couple of those. Like, what was that like?
Let me go look. I think I have one, but let me go look 1 second.
Yeah. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. What's up, y'all? Yeah, that is a pretty good price, honestly. Skull Trooper Italy that's a good card, man. People is starting to sleep on Skull Trooper again. What other pickups y'all get? Anything new? Yo, JT, how you no, I'm gonna let Dylan talk about it. I'm not talking about the show. I said that I was gonna
Yo, I
let
think
yeah.
I think I sold it, but I had gotten an SGC 10. I might have sold it though, but I got that for under
Yeah,
400.
yeah.
Um,
You did sell that?
yeah, I think I
Yeah,
sold it for some profit.
yeah.
But I had gotten it for like under 400 at one point.
Oh, but
Um,
Omar, you think that's overpriced? Okay, I'm not. I can see that. I can see a couple different ways.
I mean, I think a 10 Italy 500. I think that's fair. I don't know. If it's cheap. I
Mhm.
think that's fair for the current market.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a good sell for the current market. We can definitely say that.
yeah, we definitely can say that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Dick, I'm glad the card coming in soon, man. I can't wait for you to get that one for sure.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Yeah, I mean, I like Skull Tube Italy at 500. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I know I snapped the SGC for like 400 when it was
No,
there,
yeah, that was a
and it
quick
felt
pull for
at the
you.
time it felt like a huge steal too.
Yeah,
So 500 probably still is good sale, a good sale
yeah,
and a good buy. Either way.
yeah. Omar, I'm pretty sure the seller is pretty happy with that, especially right now. It's a lot that's going extremely under the radar, so I know the seller is definitely good on that one.
Well, I mean, I even see people in the Facebook group. Like I saw someone today talking about what were they talking about? They're talking about like they don't know where this is gonna go. Like the
Yeah.
game's dying. Someone saying
Mhm.
in the Facebook group, and I was like, here we go again. The game's dying.
The game's dying. Oh,
I
yeah, that's funny.
was
That's
like, well,
funny.
why are they in the Facebook group? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Um,
Nah.
I don't think the game is dying. I
I
think there's
think
more
it's
people.
you know what? I think it's a if I'm looking objectively, I get if you don't follow the game how easily that can be swayed into that opinion because it's just something that is almost like just a saying at this point. Like it's nothing behind it. It's just people
Hmm.
just genuinely say it now. So
That's
I
true.
mean, it's just like one of the things you consistently see, and if you're not looking for context, it's weird. It's just something that always pops up. I don't know.
Yeah, and like I was saying, is the Fortnite market down? Question mark was what he said. I was like, well, all markets are down. Look at
Yeah,
sports.
yeah,
Like Luca Prisms, I think hit like almost $9,000 in the PSA 10 in
yeah.
2021,
Hmm.
and now they're down to 1,500.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I mean, Fortnite's not down 10x.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I mean, Fortnite's doing better than any other collectible market. I think. I
yeah.
don't know if there's another one that's keeping up its strength like that.
I
I
guess
haven't
it's
looked at. You know what I haven't heard of lately?
what?
MetaZoo.
Are
Have
you
you?
surprised? No.
I mean, I'm not surprised, but like normally it was popping up everywhere.
Yeah, like it. Well, I mean, once the push is done, it's like,
Yeah, I just
you
haven't
know,
seen much content on it. It could just be me being ignorant and not
yeah,
following it.
yeah.
But for a while there, I was seeing it even when I wasn't trying to.
Hmm.
And I haven't lately. I
Whether
wonder what
the
those.
whether the market is good or not, I think when it's an initial major promotion push, it usually has this like drastic drop. And I'm not even talking about in prices. I'm just talking about in visibility. Like
Mhm.
that's what it seems like to me. Like you said, maybe we're just not paying attention. But usually
That too.
when it's that widely promoted, it usually has a
Yeah,
major,
because it was being promoted by the people who started it, right?
yeah,
So
and then it was just like everybody were getting like it was weird because they were being sent boxes, and that
mhm.
always gets weird, especially with a collectible that has pull rates and things. It just I don't know, it gets a little
Yeah.
weird once you get to that point.
Yeah, and the other one thing that they said in the Facebook group, someone was like, um, they were compared to Pokemon. I was like, "Oh, this is just a game," where Pokemon is like a franchise and all this kind of
Mhm.
stuff. So I kind of wanted to show this little movie that we stumbled upon.
Yeah.
This is for the Fortnite crew.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna add this up in here. And sorry, there's no sound.
Yeah.
The video's out, but y'all should look up this video if you haven't already because the graphics are pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is.
And the sound is they did the sound perfect.
Now you
Like,
wanna
I can hear
explain
it, and you guys
who
can't.
this is?
So this is from the crew pack, and she's a vampire hunter. I actually forget her name. Remember her
Um,
name?
hold on. I just had it. Isn't it like is it Johnny? Something like
I can
that.
I
It's
can't I'll look I can look it up.
yeah, it's Joni, I think.
But they did the sound for this perfect. It was like movie quality,
Yeah, I think
especially
it's
this
either
part right here.
yeah, no, no, the sound on this, if you had get a chance, definitely go watch it. Oh, JT, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, JT. But
Anyway,
JT, Fortnite Twitter can get weird sometimes, man. It
you
can.
talking about all the people complaining about, like, what her gender is and stuff?
Yeah, like, and I think the reach is just it's ridiculous at this point. The debates and arguments over it. I don't know. That's Fortnite Twitter can get weird sometimes for sure.
Yeah, I know exactly what you guys are talking about.
Yeah,
It's kind of like,
that
why does
that
that
was
matter?
yeah, that was one of the things I was just like, all right, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
But yeah, Twitter does get like that, and I mean, they get like that even when they're talking about like the top skins.
yeah,
So like,
exactly.
I saw one where like people were talking about like how Aura is like the number one skin being
Hmm.
worn.
Hmm.
That's what the data is saying,
Yeah,
and people were people were like, "Oh yeah, I love Aura," and then people were like, "No, she's the
yeah,
worst skin. Only sweats wear her."
yeah.
All this kinds of stuff. So it's just like Twitter is just a whole bunch of opinion
And that's
just
why,
thrown
like,
at you.
I think that's the as collectors, when it comes to the Fortnite cards, I think that's what's gonna make it interesting over the next 5 plus years. Like that up and down, like you is if you don't have like a true PC and you're looking to collect what's popular or what
Hmm.
makes sense long term, it gets interesting. It'll end up being fun for you for sure because it if you find that key tune sense of what's going on, is you can make a lot of
But
waves.
that's true because if you think like I didn't like Ice King.
Yeah,
Isn't that gonna be a story? And then he pops up in the comic
yeah.
books, right? So he could
Mhm,
get a spike then, like that kind of stuff is cool. I saw someone saying like their ruin card went from
mhm.
500 to like $50
Yeah,
in a couple of months.
yeah. And like whether people care about it or not, there is proper speculation in Fortnite cards. And
Yep.
I think that's great. It's like proper speculation, like the same one you get from sports, you can get in Fortnite and even obviously
There's
in
a
the
way to
comic book world.
speculate. Yeah.
Yep. And you could do it on both sides, sports and like the
Hmm.
storyline lore, the comics. So I think that's great.
And the way people have been doing now is kind of like playing catch up. They'll see what like sells for a lot, and then
Yeah,
everyone's going in on those same cards. Or someone will say something about a skin, and
yeah.
everyone will go out and try to buy it.
Yeah.
Um,
Before we go down, I want to go back up to Bob's real quick. Yeah, he said like the overall market situation is hard. I know this is not a financial channel, but rates still up. So bonds and fixed incomes will still be a better option for investors and flippers. I mean, for sure. I'm always on that side. I think you should have if this is an investment, I always see it as a fun investment if that's the case, but you
yeah.
should have some firm investing, knowledge. Like the same way you study the market, you should be studying your financial market the same exact way and know exactly what's going on, with the actual income, whether it's housing rates and all of those things like that.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows like the market's kind of like in the dump right now, so it's like
Yeah,
cards
yeah,
being down makes kind of sense.
yeah.
There's a lot of deals out there,
It is.
and I'm
It
like,
is.
I'm kind of like playing chicken. Like,
Mhm.
I did some cards I want, and I was like,
Yeah.
how long do I wait? What do we think about the My
Oh,
Hero
yeah.
Academia
I'll
collab?
let you take this.
All right, so I've been sick, so I haven't actually played. I think
Mhm.
it came out today, right?
Yeah.
I haven't played today. I did see some stuff online about the skins. I guess Deku has a superpower punch
Now,
like from the show.
if I'm almost I think we're talking about the same skin. I don't know nothing
The
about
green
this,
one.
y'all. Yeah, that skin is fire. Like, I like the way the skin turned out in general, like,
Hmm.
the overall aesthetic, the body frame and everything like that. That all goes into Fortnite, and I think that's my favorite one from something I know nothing about. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it works. I think the any anime collab works in
Mhm.
Fortnite. It's just funny
Mhm.
how well it works.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I did see them like on the motorcycle, then jump off, and
Mhm.
yeah, I think it works. I think they did a good job.
What's kind of crazy about the anime side. Now, I don't follow it that closely at all, but what's crazy is I do know more about Marvel or DC, but I enjoy the anime collabs in Fortnite a lot more. Like when that's rolled out, I truly enjoy it, even if I'm not a part of that community, even a little bit more than the superheroes.
Yeah, Goku. I mean, Goku worked though. It was like super popular.
Yeah.
Um, I guess like the animation style fits the Fortnite brand really well.
Hmm.
Like they
Hmm.
can like switch over pretty well, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Um, like the animation style of Fortnite just fits with so many different things,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's like it's not too
Hmm.
realistic, so they can bring in almost anything. It
Yeah.
matches like it could match Pokemon, it can match
Right.
anime, it can match Marvel.
And it seems like it has a good adjuster where you can kinda find the sweet spot for every single style of, animation.
Yeah, now Goku and them using weapons is kind of like, of course, you're
Well,
always gonna have that. It's like you just
yeah.
gotta get over that. You know what I mean? Batman using a gun.
Yeah, or the web slingers.
Yeah, yeah. So I
You
mean, that's
know?
just the funny part of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Hero Academia is fairly new, actually.
Mm,
It's a very
okay.
new anime. I don't know if the manga's new, but the show itself
The
is new.
show
It's
is new.
probably a few years old.
Mhm.
I guess actually, I guess it's been a while. Maybe about 5 years old.
Yeah,
When did I start watching it? It was like 5 years ago. But
yeah.
compared to animes like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto,
Mhm,
ones like I watch that are like over 20 years old,
mhm.
that they do, it's
Yeah.
new. So if they go in that direction, we might end up seeing. I would say we might see Demon Slayer next.
Which one you really want?
I want One Piece.
Yeah, yeah. See,
Everyone,
I don't know a little bit about One Piece, but I'm more familiar with One Piece. Like, obviously, Dragon Ball, I knew, like,
yeah.
that one I knew, but this one, this is One Piece will probably be the second closest, that I would know more of.
I mean, you can't really get around their head looking big because they have giant hair for Dragon Ball Z.
Well, Vegeta's
So
head was humongous compared to Goku's,
yeah, but
which
he
is
has a
head
big.
yeah,
Yeah, I
that
mean, even the hair. It's mainly the hair. I never wore the skins because I knew you. It just.
yeah,
It's like
I
wearing a big skin. It's like wearing guff.
yeah.
You know. So I'm not
Yeah,
gonna.
I think Goku's a little bit more wearable than Vegeta. Like, I think they maximize his head. He looks like a bobblehead, and I mean,
Yeah,
like you said, it's kind of hard finding that balance, I guess. I
they
don't
would
know
have to
why.
change the character to make it fit, and it wouldn't work.
Yeah. But I think his head, I don't know why they made his head that big. I mean, I know he has a big head, but that seems a little
He has
bit
a big head.
but it seems a little bit too big in my opinion. I don't know if that was. I don't know if that it was just weird because Goku seemed, even though his head was a little big, it seemed a little bit more balanced than
No,
Vegeta's.
this dude just got a big head.
Yeah,
Like they
yeah.
would literally have to change the
You would have to adjust
character,
it. Yeah,
and then like they get so many people complaining that it wasn't like accurate.
yeah,
Yeah, they just have big heads. I'm just surprised it works so well.
yeah.
Um, I wish they had did Boo from Dragon Ball Z.
I think. Well, I
Like
think
Kid
this
Boo
one. Yeah,
would have been tight.
it's definitely gonna be a second run. I
Of Dragon
definitely
Ball
think it's.
Z,
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a second run for sure. It was too successful.
but they might
I
just chalk it up to anime was successful, not just Dragon Ball Z,
true. I
and
mean, I
that's why they're
get,
doing this. I don't know if they need. Yeah, Bulma was messed up. Yeah, Bulma
but
was messed up.
you see, I think adapting worlds in there, I think Dragon Ball Z will probably be. a good one to kind of get another run. Even Naruto, for
Yeah.
sure. Both of those
There's
did
just,
very
there's
well.
just so many animes that instead of doing Dragon Ball Z again, I like them to do something else.
But I think it will be. But I think it will be both. That's what I mean. Like I think another one will come out, and then I think the skins. I don't think it will be as grand as the first time. I think the Dragon
Hmm.
Ball skins would just come back out.
Oh,
You know what
I
I
get what
mean?
you're
Like,
saying.
yeah, I don't
They
think
might
it'll
come
be
back out with some other
right.
skins with
Yeah,
them.
they won't have another battle pass or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. Um, One of the things we did see, and I think I sent this to you. I don't know how long ago, but Donald Mustard was answering somebody. Let me see if I can
Mhm.
find it real quick.
Why you looking it up? Daniel, what you mean by this? Daniel said, talking about anime, I cannot believe the end for Ash and Pikachu is coming. What's happening? Uh, I don't know that one.
I thought I heard something about that.
For real? Oh, that's crazy.
I can't remember though. Could be wrong.
What did War? Yo, it's crazy, Warfighter, because TMNT was supposed to come the end of this year. I think. I think it was. Well, that was what it was projected. That's what the leak said. That doesn't mean that was true, but it is in the works. I know it's. I know it's gonna be a major one. I can't wait for that. That's gonna be fun. They're changing protagonist. Really? Oh, that's crazy. I did not know that. What's the Daniel, like what was it like a major thing? Like what was the shift? What was the reason for it? You know? Oh, I'm
Um,
tired of anime.
you
Me
got
too.
yeah. I think they should add TMNT.
Yeah,
That's gonna be fun.
yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want them to stop with the anime. It works
Nah,
and people like it, and
yeah, that's gonna
it
be
works. And I don't think they have to stop. It's just, I mean, they did Marvel. It's not like they're like not doing other stuff. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Mhm.
So like, there's more everything else in anime. It's just when anime
Mhm.
drops, you get 3 or 4 skins at a
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Um, so I like it.
I think it's but I think like yeah, and I think the anime is definitely is the anime is they're building it the same way they did the Marvel and the DC where it's heavy and then the rollout probably will slow down, but anime is really working it like we've been saying, it's really working. I have no complaints on it at all.
Okay, so I'm gonna share this real quick. Tim Sweeney said that someone asked if they would be able to make their own skins in
Mhm.
Creative 2.0,
Mhm.
and Tim Sweeney said eventually.
Yeah.
He said, but not very soon.
Yeah.
But as part of the rollout is that eventually you may be able to create your own skins
Mhm.
and create. I guess when you create your own game, create your own characters within the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's interesting. But he says not very soon, so that's gonna be years down the line. I would expect.
Man, listen, trying to wrap your mind around how big this is gonna be is kind of hard. It's legit kind of hard because it's so much like the shift. You could tell the shift is coming for sure. And I don't know if y'all know the UEFN. What I tried to say that fast, I can't say it. Unreal Engine Fortnite, pretty much that's what it is. Was supposed to get an announcement, but I guess the video or something like that didn't work. So
Hmm.
we ended up didn't get that update, and then Tim Sweeney kind of hinted that it won't be ready in January either. So this is pretty big.
It's gonna keep getting pushed back.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a big change.
it is.
I
It
mean, they
is
already like. I mean, the graphics this season are great.
insane.
So like the next step is Creative 2.0, and they're taking the time to make sure it's right.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm fine with that. We're excited for it. I see some people said they don't even understand like what's the point,
Mm-hmm.
and like I see that on Twitter. Like,
Mm-hmm.
who cares? It's
Yeah.
like they're missing it. Like they're not
Yeah.
understanding
Yeah.
like what this is gonna be able to change for Fortnite.
But and then people like if y'all don't know like Finest, they have the he has the best maps for 2v2, 1v1, 3v3, and you can tell, I guess it's well over 200 creators that have been messing around with this for the past couple months, and I'm interested. The reason why I brought up Finest is because Finest is probably the person I'm most interested in seeing what he creates. And obviously it's simple what he
Hmm.
does, but I just want to see the world he's going to build within that. Like he's one of my favorite map creators when it comes to just straight like competitive side.
Yeah, I mean that's my favorite map to play is
Mhm.
3v3 finest.
Yeah.
Um, I'm glad you asked, and I'm
Yes.
glad you're looking forward to it.
Yes. Yeah, yeah,
So we
yeah.
so we have can we say we created a top 50 list.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
made. It's not
And
out yet.
we no lie,
We put some time into this.
just under 4 hours, we did this week, talking and working through this. Uh, we went through tooth and nail. Like,
Mhm.
this is as legit as you possibly can get to, like, and it was not easy. Like, and as we were doing it, Dylan and myself, we were just like, "Yo, this is kind of crazy." The ones that kind of found their way in there, and you couldn't really take them out.
So what we did is we basically created a way to like what makes a skin great, and
Yeah.
we tried what different things, like, is it sweaty, is it
Mhm.
played with a lot, is it nostalgic. We took all these different criteria,
Mhm.
and then with our experience playing the game, being here for a long time, the community, we
Mhm.
gave certain ones points based on that. um,
Mhm.
so it wasn't just like what are our favorite skins,
Yeah.
right? And it wasn't just like randomly
No.
picked. We used data for this.
Yeah.
Um, so we got data from other sources and used that, and it's an amazing list.
Yeah.
Some did surprise me,
Yeah.
but a majority of the list, the top skins that made into the top 50, I'm not surprised are there.
Mhm.
But the ordering
The
is
order.
interesting.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very interesting. Um, so we're gonna release this soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're still talking about how to do that, but I
We want
mean,
to.
go ahead. I think you wanted to see what people thought.
Yeah, so what I want us to do in the comment section, if you watch this tomorrow or whenever you watch it, and at any other time audibly, just leave a comment on which I think the top 10 is, or how the top 10 look. Whether you can do top 3, top 5, top 10. What do you think that those first couple cards look like? Because I'm telling you, like Dylan said, the criteria that we were using, like, it's not a surprise that the skins that were there, but the reasonings that we used, some skins just ended up in spots that we couldn't believe. But it's amazing. And what I will say on top of that is that there's a couple ways to look at this. So you can look at it as, like, obviously there's a couple skins that I love didn't make the list at all, right? And
Hmm.
that shows that's, like, PC cards that I love, and the same thing for Dylan. But the way you look at this is that this is raw data, and it doesn't mean that these are it doesn't mean that these are what we feel should be there. Is just what it is.
Yeah,
That's the best way to we can put it. And I think it's a great list to look back on to kind of see where things can jump. Like, so for instance, like a storyline skin, uh it got a major boost, but the popularity of a U skin, it kind of balances it out, and then maybe one ends up at 8 spot and a 9 spot just based off of that, and it makes it great, honestly.
yeah. It was actually a lot of fun to put together. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see what you guys think.
Yeah.
Um, I will say, interesting enough, we went through every single skin
Yeah.
basically that they've made, and there's a lot of skins that haven't been put on cards yet
Mm.
that
That
are
will
probably gonna break
shift.
that top 50.
It's gonna shift everything.
So,
Yeah.
but I mean, that's saying the top 50 is still good, but there's a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, the superhero skins, JT, they're interesting. They're
Yeah.
interesting for sure. That
Yeah.
was one of the toughest
Yeah.
conversations that we had about the superhero skins,
Yeah.
mainly
Yeah.
because of their collectability on card and how many there are in the set.
Mhm.
So that one was interesting. So the things we took into was it so the things that we took into consideration
Uh-huh.
was not only the popularity of it, but it was
Mhm.
also the print run,
Mhm.
series 1, series 2, series 3.
Mhm.
And so then we took in considerations like the superheroes, how there's like 4 or 5 different ones, and the
Mhm.
people who play with the superhero skins don't really care if it's Jotera or this one specifically
Mhm.
because they all wear the mask.
Mhm.
So
So, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's some of the stuff that we took in
It's one.
consideration.
So specifically, I'm glad that JT brought this up, because specifically with the superhero skins, and I guess this is like this family insight. So specifically with the superhero skins, we sat there. I mean, Dylan, what was it, like 20-25 minutes, like,
At
trying to figure?
least like that was
Yeah,
the hardest one.
yeah. Because, so just hypothetically speaking, when it comes to Jotera, when it comes to backlash and when it comes to polarity, they're used so heavily, their numbers are through the roof, but
Hmm.
they're one complete set, in our opinion. Like, it's kind of because you give or take, you may pick one out just to have one, but that's what makes them unique. So the where they'll fall is gonna be proper, and I think y'all understand when you see it.
Yeah, and the other thing for them
Look at
was,
JT out here.
yeah, I know. I'm trying to not pay attention to what JT's saying because I
Yeah,
mean he's pretty
he's
he's
good.
pretty good. He's pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
He's not saying what number they are, but
yeah.
like those may be in there. Um, but for the superhero skins, the other thing that we had to consider was that they're mostly used for competitive advantage.
Mm-hmm,
99% of the time, the superhero skins are either just to match with your
mm-hmm,
teammate or play
yeah,
for comp,
mm-hmm,
right? So they all wear like a blank style, try to get dark, and
yeah,
that's why they get used so much.
mm-hmm,
Was for competitive.
mm-hmm.
And do people love them for
Right,
that, or
right.
do they just use them because it's competitive?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I mean, they don't have much like they don't have much what's characteristics. I don't know what the right word
It's
is
like,
because
I guess it would be like, I mean, the word I can use that may not be completely right is like personality. Like, it doesn't
yeah,
have
that's
that.
what.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't have that. It's hard because I think the best way you can look at it is like, it's like Dylan said, it's like functionality. Like, this is what they used to kind of be in a zone, and that's where it does find its way. It's just not
I will
enough.
say
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
will say that they are. I mean, I guess we can say they made. Did they make those? I can't remember. I think
Yeah,
they
yeah,
made. I
yeah,
think they
yeah.
made the
They
list.
made the list. Yeah,
We'll just say that,
yeah.
which is a big thing
It's a major thing.
because you have to
It's
think there's 200 skins in Series
mm,
One,
mhm.
and
Think
so to
about that.
say that some Series Three cards
Mhm.
should be worth more
And I
than
guess,
some Series One
and
cards is, and not even worth, they're just better
yeah,
cards.
and also I'm glad you said that because this is a point that I really want to make about the list. I guess another way you can look at it is pick it apart in the aspect of this is the order, but these are the sets. So, for instance, if a card, like let's say a series 3 card, ends up in a spot where a series 1, where it's above a series 1, that doesn't mean it's above the series 1 in value. That just means it's above it in the actual skin. And this is where the card falls. And then you just adjust it based off of like how you judge it. So it's a real it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah. Bob's asking, will the list contain the data backing up the number ranking a skin made? That's an interesting
That
question.
is an interesting question.
I
That is it.
guess so. We created a whole thing and we did like a point system. I guess we could give them their points,
Yeah,
like how
we
many
can't get
points to see
we
like
can't
how close it is.
yeah.
Um, I haven't really thought that through. It's an interesting question.
Yeah. Now, Bob, like if a lot of people ask for that specific data, it can get that we have it. Specifically for you or anybody in here, we can send it to you personally. This is a family situation. So that'll be no problem. But this is
Or
like
what we can do is after we release it, maybe we'll go
mhm,
through it. Maybe we can go through the Excel sheet that we made with all the data,
yeah,
the
yeah.
Fortnite files.
Now, mind you, we also have me and Dylan wasn't in a best situation. This was our Wednesday meeting, so it wasn't like we were polished. We were just kind of doing our business meeting. Dylan was like, "Dang, you recorded this." We did record our session of talking through this. Pretty much the way we did the tier list originally when we
Hmm.
talked through the list. We did record that, so we do have that as well. But Bob, yeah, we have the data. We have to figure out exactly how to use it properly. Um, but
Yeah, I'm sure people get confused at
yeah,
like
yeah.
what angle we took at. So when I put it on the website fortnitecards.com, I'm going to try to
Boycotting high girl.
I'm gonna try to like kind of describe like what we put into it.
Hmm.
Um, but I will say one of the things we have not taken into account,
Hmm.
like like Dick over here said, Moisty should be on there. Talk about the high sales. We didn't take sales
Yeah,
into account.
yeah,
Um,
nothing like that.
First of all, most of the card market right now for Fortnite cards is kind of a lot of people following other people, and
Hmm.
like one card will blow up, so everyone will be buying it, and the price will go up high.
Hmm.
So like we're not taking in sales consideration. because we're
Yeah.
talking about the future. We're trying to see what's the best cards in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, and to what Dylan is saying, I think the reason why this list would matter even to me is because uh and I guess the data is important to this aspect, but the reason why I think it's important is because everything this is strictly based off the game with one catalyst. The catalyst was the set. Like it was some of them situations where we kind of had to factor in the set, and that has a point system as well. So that was the only catalyst when it came to that. But we tried to keep it pure. The reason why is because we're not trying to change the card market. Like the card market is gonna be what it is. Everybody, like for instance, like a card like Ragnarok. Ragnarok has amazing aesthetic. That's gonna hold its own in the card market in general, right? So when you see those type of things, it's like, okay, we're just gonna give a pure list, and then you take it for how you want it. And then you also have what already happened in the market and the data for sales as well, and things that everybody that collects cards kind of already knows.
And like, if you guys want to, like, after we release the list and you guys look at
Mhm.
it, if you guys want to give us your input
That's what the
and
next,
be like,
yeah.
that'd be interesting. I'll be more than happy to hear you out and
Mhm.
like why this one deserves more points in this
Mhm.
area. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, that's interesting because that's kind
yeah.
of what Rob and I did trying to figure that out. Um, but we didn't like move things
I
around. It's like
love
this is
these
gonna be
questions,
number one.
Bob. Yeah, I love these questions, Bob. I do because this is what.
Let's read what he says for
Yeah.
the. He says, Bob says, is there any particular aspect characteristic that is more important than others or not? If so, how did the high level balance the different aspects to account for a total overall number?
Mhm.
All right, so I mean, I guess I can explain how I did
You
it.
wanna? Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
So when
first.
I say I did it, I
You
created an
came up with
Excel
the
sheet.
you came
I
up with the
came up
point
with
system.
the point system.
Yeah.
Um, so what I did was I took the data that I found of the most used skins,
Mhm.
and I gave everything that was in a similar level of most used a
Mhm.
starting point.
Mhm.
So anywhere it was like 30, 40, or 50 around there, right? And then we had like seven or eight different categories
Mhm.
where like if they met those categories, they got extra points based on
Mhm.
how well they met those categories.
Yeah.
And that gave them their overall score.
Yeah.
Then we have like an extra category for like, popular, like the notoriety, like Black Knight and Renegade Raider, where
Yeah.
those needed an extra bump to get them to where they are.
Mhm.
So basically, we use the Black Knight as
Yeah.
like how to verify that it's
Right.
working.
He was the
So because the
curve.
Black Knight,
Yeah.
we automatically said, okay, everyone wants Black Knight number one.
Mhm.
Everyone says Black Knight is number one.
Mhm.
So Black Knight is the only one where we said, okay, this is gonna be the number one card,
Mhm.
and we use the data, and then we use the Black Knight as like a check.
Mhm.
Basically, it was a double check.
Yeah.
Um, I have to be
You
honest. It was
No,
like, if,
let me go. Let me
yeah,
go.
you go, you go
Yeah, let
ahead.
me go. Okay, so the reason why it was interesting that Dylan brought that up is because with the system that we use, and Dylan, while I'm talking, maybe you can just tell them what those titles were, like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
use can
I
you
can
can
do that.
find that. But what was interesting is that some of the point system some of the point system had Black Knight in once again still top five, but he was in an interesting spot. And the reason why we had to figure out is because there is there is a level of respect when it comes to an iconic skin that is now a card. And
Hmm.
it's some things that's undeniable. So Black Knight lacked in some areas, but
Well, I can tell you where
yeah,
Black Knight lacked,
there you
right?
go.
So,
Yeah.
he lacked in storyline.
Hmm.
And he majorly lacked in usage.
Yeah.
And the usage rate was a big part because the
Yeah.
more skin is used, the more
Hmm.
fans it's just gonna have,
Yeah.
right? So that
Yeah.
has to play in a part, right? A big
Mhm,
part. That was the
mhm.
main thing to get these up was the usage rate was the main starting point. And the Black
Yeah,
Knight was so low, but he's also so rare.
yeah,
Um, so with that, he got hardly any points in usage.
yeah,
Um, now he and then so for he had to get like a boost and like he was saying like game changers.
yeah.
So here's some of the categories we have: scarcity and demand of the series. So between
Mhm,
series 1, series 2, and series 3 and Reloaded.
mhm,
Reloaded got a huge negative multiplier
mhm,
of of negative 50 just because of how much it's easy to pull cards from Reloaded. And the only reason we had to do Reloaded is because of Renegade Raider.
mhm.
Well, and so we had to use the -50. Um, so for scarce for that one, we gave 10 points for Series 1,
Yeah.
and then we gave 4 points for Series 2. Even though
Mhm.
Series 1 and Series 2 have very similar print runs,
Mhm.
we still gave Series 1 even bigger bump. This
Yeah.
also helped all the Series 1 cards and it being the first set and the Black Knight.
Mhm.
Um, we did marketing slash word of mouth. Like, how much is it talked about online on the Twitterverse? Does it have like Reddit groups of it talking about it? Does it
Yeah.
have just its own like inner lore that people like create about it themselves? We have storyline, which means in-game storyline, comics, or anything like that. Um, we also looked at the likes of the skins because there's a
Mhm.
metrics where people how much does a person like a skin. So we
Mhm.
use those. Um, Also, from the data that we have, it only goes back to chapter 2.
Yeah.
So if skins released in chapter 1
Mhm.
and they got enough likes and enough usage in chapter 2, they got an extra bonus
Which goes
since
to
we didn't
what Bill
have the
is
data
saying.
from
Yeah.
chapter 1.
Right.
Um, Let me see. Usage points, marketing storyline, chapter 1, and then like the game changer ones
Mhm.
is it notorious? Like Black Knight, Renegade Raider,
Yeah.
notorious.
Mhm.
People who barely play the game know the names of those skins.
Mhm.
There's a lot of skins that if we didn't have the cards, I probably wouldn't know the names of them.
Yeah.
Like I play
Yeah.
with people who play all the time, they don't know the names of skins.
Mhm.
They do know Aura's name. They do know
Mhm.
Black Knight.
Mhm.
So there's some skins that they're just known by the
Mhm.
community. So that those got points for those, like Bright Bomber. You've got like Skull Trooper, things like that.
and and then on top of that, Omar, I'm glad that you asked these questions because it's gonna be fun when it's introduced, and then we can go back with this conversation. And then like a thing like okay, so Dale brought up lack of
So
usage is negated by one,
yeah,
and did we
and
have that?
that's what the
Yeah.
game changer field is for. So and that's what we use
Mhm.
Black Knight as to verify, right?
Yeah.
Because
Also,
Black
on top
Knight.
of that, I don't want to
Go
cut you
ahead.
off, but I just want you to add in there. We also use wish list. Wish list is a part of this. So this is
Mhm.
people that wants the skin, pretty much what Dill is saying as well. So yeah.
Yeah, so the reason why we use Black Knight as to verify if this system was working is because
Hmm.
he has the lowest usage rate,
Hmm.
like one of
Hmm.
the very lowest usage rates, because
Now,
not that many people
yeah.
have them.
And now
And
on top of that is because of, once again, like Dale said, because chapter one is completely negated from the data. The data is
yep,
not there for chapter one. So that's where the bonuses came in there, because obviously Black Knight, even though he has a low amount of people that have him, he had a lot of usage in chapter one. So that's why we
yeah.
had to factor that in.
So yeah, and so we had to figure out like what did it need to be worth? The notoriety section, how much points did that need to be worth to keep Black Knight where he is? And
Yeah.
that helped verify the list.
And
Um,
Bob said this at the exact time we were talking about. That's exactly what it was, Bob. Yeah, we had to give Bob said, is it a lack of usage, or is it so rare that it could get a bump on points due to not being a common skin though? And that's exactly what it is.
it got a
Yeah.
lot of bump. It got a lot of bump for not being a common skin.
Yeah.
It
Yep.
got a huge bump.
And now I'm glad he brought this up as well, because this was another thing. So there was skins in there, right? Right to what Bob is saying and what we were saying. There was skins in there that didn't have any chapter one data that was in chapter one and still was high usage
In
starting at
chapter
chapter
2.
two. And that's absolutely insane. Like
So
that's crazy.
I'll give you guys a little bit of data
Yeah.
here. Um, Elite Agent
Yeah.
came out in season 3, right? Correct me
Hmm.
if I'm wrong. Season 3 of chapter 1, and we don't
Hmm.
have any data before chapter 2, right?
Hmm.
In chapter 2, since chapter 2, she's had over 800,000 usage
Yeah. Yeah.
compared to, let's say, another one from that season. Like Black, I think Black Knight was under, I want to say like under 40,000.
Yeah.
Something like
Yeah.
it was very, very low.
Hmm.
800,000 usage by that skin is super high. Elite Agent
Hmm.
made the list, and
Hmm.
that's without any data from all of chapter 1. And
All
chapter
of
1
chapter
was
one.
2 years of play with
Hmm.
much less skins.
Hmm.
So just keep that into consideration.
And then
Um,
on what and then to like to what Kari was saying, when it comes to, I'm big on print run, especially if it's a big skin. And we completely agree on the same way that was factored in. And also I want to say that this list is so beautiful because you can you can pull them away. And what I mean by that is, so if there's 50 cards, even if a series 3 card is, let's say, over a series 2 card, you just factor in that these are the top series 2 cards. You get what I mean? Like, you can look at it as series 1, series 2, but they're in the proper order as best as possible. And this is
Hmm.
not coming from like we have an analytical degree or anything like that. We just used a point system that was comfortable for us as fans, but that also did have data supported behind it.
Yeah, and this is interesting. We did not include any other reloaded besides Renegade Raider.
Hmm.
Um, that could change in the future depending
Yeah.
if people pick it up. Renegade Raider is the only like safe one that could even be considered for the list from Reloaded at this
Hmm.
point. But if there was another one, I think Meow Schools would definitely be a good contender.
Yeah.
Super popular or super light skin.
Hmm.
Um, but like we were even hesitant with Renegade Raider,
Hmm.
mainly because it's a reloaded set.
Yeah.
And not many people are collecting it as of yet.
Hmm.
But we did want to try to include some stuff for the future.
And also, to what Kari said, that's a good thing to put next to it.
Yep.
So technically, in our opinion, I think Dylan still stands on this. Midas is technically number 2 of Reloaded. And then it's debatable. Probably Meowscles or Black Knight will be that third or fourth, whatever the case may be. And so you can kind of put that up there. So what happens if Meowscles get a PSA 10 or a BGS, 9.5, or those cases? So that's what I think is really important, showing that wide variety. And yeah, we made sure to show that. And also, this is exactly what it is, Bob, for sure. That grind and that time frame, it it showed that Black Knight needed the respect of not having any of that information, and that's exactly what we gave it.
Yep. I mean, we really used the Black Knight as a way to make the list work.
Right.
So like, so we're using him. Like, how can we keep him at the top spot? And like, what do we have to do to give skins
Hmm.
points in a way
Hmm.
that's not just usage? And that was pretty much modeled after the Black Knight.
Oh, look at Kari. He's right on point. Yeah. And also JT said something a couple of minutes ago about how we didn't do it as a live. And I think the reason why it made sense not to do it as a live, we get to do this video, and then we get to have the conversation is going to get interesting, y'all. Once this
Hmm.
once this list drops, the conversations that
I already know
yeah,
people gonna
yeah,
be mad at
the
us, but
conversation is going to
I
be
want you
interesting.
guys to know, like, I didn't pick and choose this list.
No, no.
Just know that I didn't pick and choose. I used data for it.
And y'all know some of my favorites. Y'all know cars that I like, even like a skin like outside of like my main like PC card like Lux and stuff like that. Uh where Omega falls, if it was up to me, he would be in a lot different spot, in the different space. But that's not, it was literally not up to us. We literally took ourselves out of this. And if it ever felt like a bias was coming in, we had a real conversation. Like, it was a couple times, Dylan had to bow out, and I really thought introspectively. So that I promise you, yeah, we put a lot of work into this. We really did.
It made me see like what I'm collecting and like what I'm doing, and
Hmm.
it's like, what do I need to double down on? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because
yeah.
like a lot of times when we're collecting, we're just thinking like, what do we like?
Hmm.
And so like now, and it's like, I mean, I really got to double down on some of these.
It's hard for me to have both hats on at the same time. Like,
Hmm.
because, like, for instance, a card like Chaos Agent, right? Chaos Agent, I like, bro, like Chaos Agent, I'm falling more and more in love with Chaos Agent, right?
Hmm.
But I mean, I don't wear him as much, so it wouldn't be a PC card, but it's one of those ones that just makes a lot of sense.
If Renegade Raider comes out in Series 4, does it get
Mm-hmm.
kicked out of the top 50? I think that the first release of
Mm-hmm.
a card has huge weight to it
Mm-hmm.
in most collectibles, whether like it's a cool cracked ice card or not. And I
Mm-hmm.
imagine Series 4 is going to have a higher print run,
Yeah.
especially than like a PSA 10 Reloaded
Yeah.
Renegade Raider. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's going to have super low pop. So I don't think it will.
Yeah.
Depending on the print run, will it break the top 50?
Mm-hmm.
That's possible. I mean, we have
And
to see it. It's kind
yeah,
of
and
hard
then in my opinion, I guess I pretty much agree with Dylan. I guess the only thing that could happen is it can fall in between a parallel. So, like, for instance, maybe Cracked Ice ends up number one, and then maybe it's in between whatever that next parallel is. Reloaded falls there, so maybe Cracked Ice becomes number one, Reloaded becomes number two, or the crack ice kind of makes way to the reloaded, and reloaded stays number one. But
Yeah.
I don't see it. We don't know what parallels is coming out, but if it was the same way, I would say something like that may happen. It may come in between a parallel. That's
And
what I can
yeah,
see.
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna depend a lot on rarity of it.
Hmm.
If it comes out fairly rare,
Yeah.
and it being part of a series like series one, series two, series three, series four,
Hmm.
that might be like
That
that
might
might
do
push
it.
Reloaded out.
Hmm.
Like they don't care that that's the first Fortnite card.
Yeah.
This is the first series
Hmm.
Renegade Raider. So that could happen. Um, it's really interesting. But
Yeah.
I think Kari asked, "Are we gonna update the list?" And yeah, we plan to keep
Yeah.
updating it. We're gonna have to.
Yeah. And
Um,
and so what this also allows us to do is it kind of allows us, and obviously most of us as sports fans here, it kind of allows us to do power rankings. If things happen, if major news comes out, if a major shift in the storyline or anything like that happens, it allows us to adjust. And that's when the community is involved. That's like a conversation that we can have. And I think just like the conversation we're having now, I think that's what the list is going to bring, true conversation, because I think it's going to be as pure as it possibly can get.
we did take a comic storyline and the game storyline.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
only thing we did not take, I mean, card market. We didn't really take, even though you said non-monetary card market. We didn't take too much, I don't think, into.
Besides the set, like we tried to,
Yeah,
because
the
like,
set was the only thing that we took
yeah,
into, like the scarcity of each set.
now,
Um,
yeah.
that's kind of like all we took from the market.
Mhm.
Because really we were just following what do the players like. What do people
Mhm.
who love Fortnite like,
Mhm.
and that's what we're trying to look at.
Be-
We know
because
because if
yeah.
we start looking at money, then you start looking at like all this stuff that's being like JT said, like the pump and dump.
Mhm.
So like I didn't want to take that into account.
Yeah.
Um, so
And also like so for instance, we won't say where he's at, right? A skin that we had a little bit of trouble with was Drift. And the reason why we said Drift, it wasn't across the board. It was in one specific spot. It was like the marketing storyline aspect. Like storyline, technically he had moments, but the marketing is kind of where he had his boost, because a conversation me and Dylan had was like, if you walk into the store during Halloween, it's going to be a Skull Trooper, it's going to be a Drift mask. Like those are going to be the main two you'll probably see. And obviously the toys do very well, Funko Pop. So we kind of looked at the broad scale of
yeah,
notoriety.
the
Yeah,
toys and stuff went under like marketing. I think we did put it under.
yeah, yeah.
Um, I think I answered this question, Bob, but let me know if you didn't hear me when I was talking about how the series could do better.
Hmm.
That we'll just have to wait and see. Like this list is not like what's gonna happen. This is just
Hmm.
like our take on the best cards currently.
Yeah.
Um,
And yeah.
so like I think like once like let's say like Drift for instance,
Hmm.
we've seen stuff like we just saw that video earlier. That was Drift. If you guys didn't know, in that video at the beginning of this
Yeah.
episode,
Yeah.
that was the Halloween Drift.
Hmm.
So like if Drift gets more story,
Yeah.
his points like and then release another skin, the
Yeah.
demand for his first card are
Hmm.
probably going to go up. So we
Right.
definitely have to keep updating the list. If they get a
Yeah.
story, if they get their own comic, let's say
Hmm.
Drift gets the first standalone comic,
Hmm.
Drift from
Right.
Fortnite.
Right.
That comes in, we would have to update the cards. I mean the system to see if that puts him higher up on the list.
Yeah. And
Oh my god,
that gotta Batman put Drift in a chokehold. That's gotta be worth
is
10
that worth
points.
10 points or -10 points?
Negative 10 points. Negative 10 points. But I guess because it was so interesting, I guess that would be a plus 10 bump, right?
Mm-hmm.
Famous, what's up? What's up, bro?
What's going on, famous?
Um, yeah, and then also on top of that, like the the interesting part was like we had we had like this was so not us. Like, I don't know if we talked about it much, but me and Dylan had a couple heated discussions over this situation the first time. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because we didn't come up with one bodied approach. Like, and once we came up with that, it all made sense. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
we
Yeah.
didn't argue once
No,
when we
it was
make up this
nothing there.
list.
It was
The
nothing
first
there.
time or the last time we were trying to do this is
Oh
like we were
God.
going back and forth. But what about this? No, but what
Yeah.
about that? But
Yeah.
this was mostly like data
Yeah.
driven.
Yeah.
and like we can't really change a lot of that.
Like
And like
I seen like two of my cards just like as we was opening doing the data, I just seen it like just progressively going down, and I had no problem with it because it is what
because
it
we talked
is.
through it, right? We talked
Yeah,
through it. It was
yeah,
like, well, what do you give it here?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It made sense.
Oh, I like this. Okay, we getting a couple spoilers here. Oh, my bad. There
Is
you
that
go.
we're looking at the same
Yeah,
one?
yeah,
Carter says, "Can you guys say who is one skin you guys put higher than anticipated and lower than anticipated?"
yeah.
I will tell you mine.
Uh-huh.
Um, I don't know if you have the
I ha
you probably
I got it in my mind. I have at least the I originally put lower than anticipated.
because I have it up on my screen
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I mean,
Okay. You
there's a
got one?
there's you no, you go ahead because
Okay.
there's a
Okay, so um this is gonna be a shocker. Should I even say this one? You know who I'm talking about? The one that you was like
it's an autumn queen.
and
I
the
don't want to
one
be
that
mean,
yeah,
but never mind. I'm never gonna say it. I'm not gonna
yeah, it
say
was
it.
one that you didn't expect to be in there, black suit. You know what I'm talking about, right? The
Um. Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's true. Is that the
yeah.
one you're saying?
That's what yeah, I thought that would be a surprise one, but we could talk about it here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that can still be a surprise one for people who don't come to our
yeah.
lives.
Okay, so
You
one
remember the number?
um no, but I remember I don't Brute Gunner, once while Dylan's looking it up, Brute Gunner was an extremely shock to us. Like
Brute Gunner made the top 50, and this was a huge surprise to me. I hate that skin,
yeah, yeah.
so it was a huge surprise that
And
Brute Gunner made the top 50.
and it
I
was
will have to say.
it was to the point where there was no way of getting her out the top 50. It was a complete
It's
shot.
like, yeah, it's not like
It
she
was
was 50th place.
yeah,
It's like she was in the list. There, like we'd have to get rid of a good amount of skins to get
yeah.
her out.
And
Um,
that's when we will be kind of messing with the list, like if we did that because she's there. She's like, yo, Dill, I
Dill. I'm
promise
telling
you,
you,
bro. Like, it's crazy. I'm
I
like,
hate that skin too, guys. I'm
listen,
telling you, it made the
I
top 50. That's
yeah,
just people who like that skin.
yeah. And this is and me or Dylan had none of this card. Like this was one of those ones where Joey is coming out. I mean, we recorded next week. We
Yeah, we're
recorded
gonna
next
record it
week.
next week, and then it'll be
Um,
live on FortniteCards.com soon
yeah, so
after we
yeah,
release the video.
right.
We have the list, we just haven't released it.
Yeah. So and then it won't be like a long time in between like each the top 50 or anything like that. It would be each day. So that's kind of
Dill says there's no way.
look at I love this. Yo, listen,
I'm
Dill,
telling
I
you, I told
promise
you this
you,
is a crazy one. I told you it's
listen.
a crazy one.
Usage. If you want
The
to go if
usage
you
is off the freaking charts.
so usage and listen is
Let me look at this one. I'm
yeah.
try, where did she go?
When me and Dylan was doing this list, right? Usage couldn't be the only thing that put a card up unless it was astronomical. Like, and I'm
Yeah.
telling y'all, like, some of these cards usage rate is absolutely insane.
And we're not saying that you guys have to collect these cards. We're just telling you what the data
This,
says.
yeah, like this is so when we say High Ground's top 10 list, this is coming from High Ground as Fortnite fans. Like, this is not like this is we're not factoring anything but the game and obviously just the series that it released. But I promise y'all, when y'all see this list, and we'll go over it, me and Dylan is gonna have to talk about this after of exactly how we're gonna, show the data. But the data, trust
Personally,
me, yeah,
my opinion of the list is it's a good list.
yeah,
That was obviously the biggest surprise to me. Like we said, that was the biggest
the biggest
surprise.
surprise. Yeah,
The list is very solid otherwise.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's very solid.
yeah, like, and then I won't say the number because I don't want to give it away. Where Nagops fell, was
Oof.
absolutely, and that I've talked about this skin 4 to 5 times in the past couple months, and it still surprised me where the skin fell. So once again, I have none of those cards either, so y'all don't have to worry about that. Dill, trust me, it's not touching ours
Yeah,
either.
and
This
I
is
would never look. So I only
this
buy like Rob knows this.
yeah,
I only buy cards that I like.
same, yeah,
99% of the time. Like
yeah,
there's some cards that I know I could buy cheap and then someday make money from them. But like
yeah,
if I don't like the skin, I'm not gonna buy it, right?
mm-hmm,
That's one of them for me personally.
yeah,
But there's a lot of people out there that do want this skin, even though it's not us.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, no, I don't know about that.
Now, here's the thing, like this. Okay, so I'll tell y'all another dynamic that made this list very unique. So originally, like Dylan's point system is the point system we adapted. Like that's the point system we adapted. One thing that was added in after this was like likes. We didn't have likes in there at first. I mean, I use likes.
That's something that
Yeah,
Rob brought into it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I use likes in my list, and Dylan's the things that Dylan had in there was perfect. It was that one thing that kind of made the list actually move the right way. Like it
Hmm.
actually had this because it was without it, it wouldn't have been the proper separation of a skin. And
Yep.
with the likes, so what happened was, like for instance, I'll give another example since we already talked about it. Won't tell where it falls, but like Chaos Agent, right? Chaos Agent has uh no, let's use the easy one. Let's use Midas. Midas usage rate is through the roof,
Yep.
and his likes, as in the way people enjoy this skin, was through the roof, and it was on both sides.
Yep.
So when it comes to a skin like that, he went across the board. He went across the board, and it was a couple more skins that did that, and it just makes the list interesting. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be a great conversation.
The biggest interesting thing to me. Oh, someone just said it. Kari,
Yeah.
like we have like the same mind. I'm gonna have to see the list. I know physics will be the one that shocks people.
Yeah.
I bet it's at least top 10, but probably top 5.
Mm.
So, Kari, you've been doing some homework. It sounds like.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So fish sticks. The difference between fish sticks and peely is very interesting.
Yes.
And we didn't do this, but where those placed is very interesting.
Mhm.
Now, what we had when we knew our list was working was because peely was a battle pass skin
Mhm.
and fish
Mhm.
sticks was a shop skin,
Yep.
right? And so that played like our system helped figure that out.
Mhm.
So it's just very interesting. No, you got it'll be interesting to see what you guys think.
Yeah. And then see, so where JT, like the I know where JT is. Yeah, JT has Kari and JT, and and Bob. They know where this is like kind of coming from, and that's why we said like this list is gonna be so fun because this is Fortnite. Like this is purely Fortnite. Like so, if you hop into a game, if you go through the history of the game, usage is hopping into the game. That's going into the game and seeing what's around you when you go into a game. And
Hmm.
then when you look at the likes or the popularity, that's what you've experienced throughout time, whether it's events, whether it's storyline skins. All of this comes into play in this list, and it is, I'm telling y'all gonna it's gonna be fun.
All right, if I had to go based on before we did the list, if
Yeah,
if I if I had to do this, I would have agreed.
I would agree.
I would have
Yes,
put Autumn Queen above Brute Gunner as well.
I
If
I
I didn't
prom
look at the
yeah.
data.
And actually I do like the skin. I like the skin as in like the creation of it, but
Hmm.
I'm telling you, like I would have Autumn Queen all day over that one, and that's how we feel. But yeah,
Ooh, that's a
100%.
good question. I didn't do that in like a smart way. Wait,
Oh
I can
yeah,
do that real quick
yeah,
while you
yeah,
talk.
yeah.
Jeez.
Why you? Yeah, Bob, I can't wait for like Bob, Kari, Jay, everybody that's in here, pretty much that consistently converse with us because y'all know how this goes, and this is gonna be it's gonna be it's gonna shake. Like I is one skin slash card that I can't wait for y'all to see where this falls because it just shows how heavily uh popular and used this skin is, and I can't wait for y'all to see that.
Okay, I would. I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm gonna tell you guys the number.
That was funny.
Um, I think I did my math right. Let me make sure I did
I
my
would
math right
name
here.
Dale said I would name 50 better skins right now. Give me 5 minutes to write the list. All right, bro.
All right.
Listen,
So
I could give you 100.
out of the top 50, um, 22 of them were Series 1.
Mm-hmm.
13 of them were Series 3,
Mm-hmm.
and 15 of them were Series 2.
And thinking off the top of my head, that makes a lot of sense.
I mean, I was, if you would have asked me a little bit ago, like Series 2 wise, I probably wouldn't have said that.
Mm-hmm.
But this list also takes into account print run.
Mhm.
And if it wasn't for print run, there might be more series 3 than series
3.
2.
If it wasn't for print run, honestly, almost positive series 2 could have been almost completely wiped out. Like, it would have been like a 5% type thing,
Yeah.
and that's not knocking the skins that's in series 2, it's just that put it this way, okay, if we wanna look at the grand scheme of things, right?
Mhm.
Series 1 is heavily in the likes and storyline category, heavily, right? And series 3 though is extreme usage. Like, these
Mhm.
are the skins that are used, and also it has the popularity on the side because usage and popularity is different. Like, popularity would technically be likes, but it's also usage. So that's where it
Yep.
gets interesting. Like, it kind of is a
Now,
two-way street.
I will say this, thinking about series 1 is that if you're a big better in series 1, right?
Yeah.
And if like Fortnite's always growing and they're doing all these shows, they can bring back characters
Mm-hmm.
and instantly grow the popularity of an old character. They
Mm-hmm.
brought Paradigm back in a new way.
Yeah.
They could do that. So
Mm-hmm.
like if you're a big fan of Series 1 and like that's what you want to bet on,
Yeah.
I mean it makes sense because they could bring it back like they did Ice King for the comics and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. That is a possibility.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I like to see what have people connected with, what have they played with, and that's basically
So,
how I want to
so
approach it.
I'll give y'all an example, right? When it comes to Deadfire, right? Deadfire is one of my favorite cards. Skin is a skin that I like, but the card made me love it more, right? It's one of my favorite cards. But when the numbers are put in alignment, it's like series 1 holds the weight for Deadfire. If
Mhm.
Deadfire was in series 3, the card would be very, very cheap right now in that instance. And it's not knocking the skin or the card, it's just the way it goes. So that the weight of series 1 is heavy for sure. And that's why the list got very interesting, especially towards the bottom. Like, that 40 to 50
Mhm.
was very interesting.
I have to say, there's another one on this list that I'm surprised made the list.
Say it without saying a number.
Okay, I already feel like some people will be upset with this one. Um, Ginger Gunner.
They shouldn't be.
I was surprised Ginger Gunner be the top 50 out
Hmm.
of 3 sets, or 4 if you count Reloaded, but
Hmm.
out of 3 sets. But that
Yeah.
just tells you like how many skins haven't come out yet.
Hmm.
Because I don't think that Ginger Gunner is going to stay in the top 50
Hmm.
as more sets get released.
Hmm.
I feel like it won't. But it made the list, which was surprising to
So
me.
I'm glad you brought that skin up, because what's interesting is this. So Ginger Gunner is definitely on the usage side. The reason why I say that is because if you look at Ginger Gunner and Mary Marauder has more likes than Ginger Gunner. Like, it's more popular to the viewing eye. Like, they like the skin, but when it comes to usage and people actually wearing the skin, obviously male, female,
Mhm.
uh Ginger Gunner, she when the season comes around, when Christmas season comes around, she surges, and that kind of helps her each season, along
Yeah,
with a couple other
exactly.
skins.
So Kari, not only was she super popular in the beginning, like he just said,
Yeah,
we looked at it during the different months. And so it's like Christmas time, it dips back up and then
West
just
Drum,
back
what's up,
down
bro?
and then just back up. So Ginger
Yeah,
Gunner is really good. In those times, just like Skull Troop and them, they get a
yeah,
big bump during like the Halloween seasons
yeah,
for usage. Same thing with Nogops. I mean,
yeah.
Nogops she's used a lot, but like Christmas time, she's really used.
So yeah, and that's interesting because, like, right now, at this very second, she's the most used skin for this season.
Yep,
And that's
because it's
and that's
Christmas,
yeah, and
snow
that's
everywhere.
it's Christmas.
Yep.
Yep. And then, like, even like for instance, Nagap's male counterpart, which is Yuletide. Yuletide is in the top 20, and Yuletide is not even usage wise, he's not even in the top 200, 300, I think. But when Christmas comes around, it definitely surges.
So like I said, I took myself out of it. I wouldn't put it on my top 50 list.
On the
Um,
anti list.
I don't hate her though,
Yeah,
Ginger Gunner. Like I'm not surprised that people. I know people liked her. I
yeah,
was just surprised she beat out so many.
yeah,
Brute Gunner, I hated.
yeah.
Um, yeah, Brute Gunner, I hated. But
You don't like the Gunners, do you?
I guess not. No, I don't mind Ginger Gunner. I don't.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Root Gunner, I just thought was bland, but it made the list. People like her. Um,
Yeah,
last
and it's a
question:
what?
did Trog make it? No,
No, no,
Trog did not make
Char
the
didn't
list.
make it. Um, I think one that I was surprised about that I actually thought was not he. I think this is gonna happen now, but I thought Guff would make a pretty interesting entrance, but
Mm-hmm.
the numbers was a little bit lower than I expected. But that I think that's going to change. He has two new skins in the game. They're doing very well. Um, Guff is a
Yeah,
good one, man.
yeah, he's good up there. I don't think I will say Guff did not make the list for top 50,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I agree that like that he's got skins coming out and like he's gaining some story stuff.
J-
Um,
uh, JT the exact same way. So when it comes to promo skins, if the skin if the skin was popular or in that range, it made it, and that based off of that, it didn't even it was factored in completely. Like if that it, I will say it would be interesting when you see, but that was factored in the exact same way. It wasn't separated.
yeah, I
So
mean
yeah.
the thing with the only thing that he has going for him is that he's rare, and like
Well,
that can be
yeah.
and that can be said about a lot of skins.
I will say he has the Galaxy has the popularity when it
Yeah,
comes to
or
likes.
yeah,
To
likes.
to likes. It yeah, right. I guess you do have to be clear with that because it's kind of hard to explain.
Say
Yeah,
yeah, the popularity.
yeah,
Yeah,
because popularity is definitely usage as well. But when it comes to likes, he has it. He lacked in usage, and it's because it's rare. The difference with Galaxy compared to a Black Knight is that
he doesn't have that
he's
notoriety.
but even if he has the notoriety, he's even more rare than that. You get what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and that was like you had to technically it's an $800 skin. If you look at the
Mm-hmm.
Samsung that you had to buy for it, and or you just go with your phone plan, depending on how you get your
Yeah.
phones, I guess. But yeah, technically Galaxy was is even more rare than Black Knight when it comes to scarcity of people having it in their locker. So he was a really hard skin, and if he would have came into play, the bonus would have been there. But card market, he could possibly be exactly where he needs to be. When it comes to just
Yeah.
pure Fortnite list, based off the cards, that's when it gets a little different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like like this list isn't gonna be like the most expensive cards. It's just our top 50.
Hmm.
Because I
And
mean, it's hard to gauge some of those like the Galaxy. That's a hard one.
so I think the beauty that's going to be of our list is this. You can take the top, let's say top 15 most valuable cards, then you could take the high ground top 50 and you can do some major work with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you have with this. Like this is just pure the game, and then you have the market and what the market has done. You have all the analytics of the sales, and you can merge these two together. And if you're building your collection that way, you have everything you need.
Yeah, because you
Literally.
guys can go on eBay and look up sales yourself,
Hmm.
right? So like if you want to use that data yourself, perfectly go for it. And just combine them. We're just trying to bring like our experience to it
Yeah.
for you guys
And
to use.
Takara is actually a has a major fan popularity. But she actually wasn't released enough. Like
Mm-hmm.
I know from the Twitter sphere that that's a skin that a lot of people like, but she just hasn't had the analytics to back it. Yes, Kari. Sky is one of the most surprising skins to me when it comes to numbers. And I
And
knew Sky was popular, but I didn't know she was that popular. Don't it is one of those situations where she has a lot built around her, and she also like Kyrie said, Sky and Guff is connected. Uh Wearability, Sky is more popular in that aspect, but she's pretty interesting.
who's Shadow Ops? That's interesting that you said that. So
Yo, that's crazy. That's
it's
crazy,
interesting
right?
that you said Shadow Ops. Not top three.
Hmm.
Not. I don't think. I think. Um, because we started with 100 cards,
Yeah.
and then we got it down to 50. And I think Shadow Ops was right at the cusp. I think she was brought out of the 50.
Yeah, yeah, she was, and that was one of the ones that, as because when we were putting numbers in, that when I was talking about stuff like slowly dropping down,
Mm-hmm.
That's one of those interesting ones where it just ends up it got really
Yeah,
interesting.
Shadow Ops was just out of the top 50, I think.
That's funny. That's funny.
I mean, I don't know about that, but I mean, there are a lot of the promos out there. Um,
Yeah.
but if you look about at the amount of fans that those skins have,
Yeah.
you know,
And there's even though I do think those series 3 lasers are going to be interesting. Don't
no,
know
oh,
how interesting,
see,
but
that's the thing we didn't
interesting.
take. The thing we didn't take into account was like the different parallels because the Series 3 promo lasers is interesting.
Right.
I don't have any.
Right.
Depending on how many they printed, those are gonna be super rare.
Mhm.
I don't know how many they printed,
Yeah.
but they were only available internationally, not in the US.
Yeah.
And those are the only lasers of those cards.
Yeah.
But that will be very interesting. We didn't take in like the parallel. We
Yeah.
just picked the card. So
Mhm.
I think we're just going with
Because
like the crack
and
guys
and
version.
it was we didn't pick the parallel specifically, but
Hmm.
that was in the mind of obviously those things were thought through. Like you know what a laser or optichrome and everything like that comes
Hmm.
into play. Y'all know how I feel about optichromes and even lasers for that matter. So the cards that's in there that's is technically baked in there either way because it's such a good card that it's always in play.
The Devour is an interesting one because no one uses the actual skin,
Right.
but it did have like an epic moment
Hmm.
in the actual storyline.
Which
But
it
no,
gets
it but
which
that's about it. But there's
right.
so much story now.
Yeah.
Like it's not like that was the one story, you know.
Hmm.
So like if everyone got first top 10 just because it was in a story, then there wouldn't be a top 10.
Yeah, and I can't even remember if this one made it or not. Is one of my personal favorites, but Singularity, right? Singularity is interesting because she's also like the Galaxy or the Black Knight when it comes to a lot of people don't have that skin. Like
Hmm.
they didn't do those challenges. Those challenges at that time, like so this the time of Fortnite that Singularity was, sweats were becoming sweats. Like this was
Yep.
because after season 4, chapter 1, season 4, that's when the soccer skins dropped. It went from tryhards to sweat. Pretty much, you might as well say the season after that. And by time we get to season, 8 and 9, the game has shifted people mindset. I don't know if I can't remember exactly, but I think glider redeploy was either in there, just came out. So this was a very sweaty time, and people weren't focusing on challenges. So I see singularity in my games personally from time to time, but it's a very low
It's very
usage
low.
skin.
And there's so many skins that are similar in that they were rare and hard to get.
Yeah,
So, like just because it's super rare to get in game doesn't automatically give it a place on the list.
yeah,
Because
and
there wouldn't be there's too many of them for that to happen. It has to
ex-
be the top of those, the very
right.
like the Black Knight.
And this is exactly what I love that Bob said this because this is exactly what it is where it's not that singularity is out the loop. It's just that detachment between singularity and paradigm being at bat first, it
Mhm.
kind of leaves it. Now we know that he clearly said singularity in one of her names, but we don't when I say we, I'm talking about Donald Mustard, but we don't know what that means. So we can't put too much account into that right now. And so even though we know she's a part of the storyline, we don't know exactly how, besides, her original situation with Mecha Team Leader going into space. So that's kind of
Joey,
one that has to wait.
shout out to Westrom. I
Hey,
appreciate
let's
it.
go, Westdrome. Dylan put a
I'm
lot
glad
of
you
work
like the
into that.
website. Yep. I'm still putting a lot of work into it,
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
update it here and there when I can. If you guys haven't been to the website, it's fortnitecards.com. I appreciate that shout out. Joey says, even though some skins may be used a lot or sweaty, unless it's
Hmm.
aura, I can't see a skin like Shadow Ops outperforming iconic type skins or storyline heavy skins that
Correct.
are also used at least a little bit. Agreed, and
Yeah.
that's why she got pushed down the list.
Right.
So
That's
yeah.
exactly that, Joey. That's exactly what it was. It was one of those things where, to believe it or not, there's a handful of skins slash cards that the usage and the storyline is out through the roof, and those ones have major bumps. And the same exact thing happened on the negative side. If it was just based off of sweaty or anything. Like if it was just pure usage, it dropped down a good amount of spots, no matter how big that number was. It was just those anomalies. Like there's skins that's treading 10 million usage rate. So it's one of those things that if it was anomalies or just uh pretty much purple cows, they kind of got the nod for usage.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing is like this list may not 100% like match to what's going to sell for the most money in the future.
Right.
You
Right.
also have to think about like what kind of people like this skin,
Mm-hmm.
where they going to be about financially later on. Like
Mm-hmm.
different people like similar stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's like it depends on like where they fit, like
Mm-hmm.
rich males might like one versus other ones, or like
Right.
goofy
Right.
skins,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
that's a real thing in the market, you know what I mean? Um, so just because it's super popular doesn't mean it's gonna get the most money, you
Yeah.
know. But it's a good identifier. It's close.
Yeah.
I don't know how many more we want to say is
No.
not on the list,
Yeah.
but
No. We won't. I won't say. We won't say any more about what's not on the list. We'll go to this one right now. Dill. He says, I feel like Brew Gunner, despite being worn a lot, people have no attachment to the skin slash character. Instead, it was used as a placeholder type skin for sweats who, don't care about the characters. And
which you could say would be the superheroes too.
mhm, mhm, and
So we can't really speculate on the reasoning behind it
mhm,
too much. You know what I mean? We have to use the data as we see it. Um, that's my opinion on it. It didn't make it super high, so it's
right.
not like I was like, oh crap, this is horrible.
Yeah, no,
But
it's not. No, no, it wasn't nothing. It wasn't. I know we may
it
seem like
made
it's
the
crazy.
list. Yeah,
Yeah.
it made the list, which is crazy in itself. But it's not like it
Mhm.
was like top 10 or anything like
And
that.
to what Dill is saying, so where that gets interesting is because it's the same thing. So like as of right now, for the most part, besides like let's say I think Cypher PK's fan base is both. And what I mean by that is like Cypher PK fan base is like storyline and sweat skins. Other than that, there's not too many crossing of the two.
Hmm.
So the same way we could say a sweat skin and they don't care about the character is the same way where everything is negated that it is a sweat skin from the storyline side. Like nobody wants anything to do with the sweat skin because it is a storyline. They just like the storyline and they just want the deep characters, but you can't deny how popular and how much it is used in the game. It's actually some staggering numbers to be honest.
I have 0 brute gunners or ginger gunners. Just so you know.
Yeah. Uh then
I have a folder full. I do not have a
oh,
folder full. I promise you.
nah.
Um,
Yeah, yeah. Dylan, listen, we hold each other accountable on
well,
that 100%.
if you guys seen me on the Facebook group, when I sell cards, I sell them at below market almost
Mhm,
99% of the time. The only one that I made a big sale was I sold one of my Aura 10s for
mhm.
a big sale.
Yeah,
But besides that, most of the time I'm selling it under market most of the time.
yeah. Yeah, no, no, West Drum. So Bullseye is obviously we're not saying anything else, but Bullseye is
Bullseye is a
yeah,
good skin.
it's a good skin. Um,
I've always thought so. This is what led me onto Bullseye. 3 years ago, when I made the Reddit post about Fortnite cards on the Fortnite Reddit,
yeah,
somebody said, "Do they have a Bullseye?" I can't find a collectible of Bullseye anywhere,
yeah,
and I had an Italy Bullseye cocked ice, so I posted a picture, and they were like going crazy for it. So like that's what got me to say, "Man, people really love their skins.
yeah,
Like these other skins that people wouldn't think of normally." People going after say, "I really wish I had a collectible of that."
yeah. This is actually funny.
Okay,
They said you
don't
put
don't
no,
see.
no.
Never mind. We're not.
Nah, nah, nah. Yeah, listen, trust me, we hold each other
Ugh.
accountable. Like I would the conversations that we have on here is the same conversations, probably a little bit even more in depth
All right,
off of this.
I will tell you that when I was making this list, I was trying really hard to work against myself. Do you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like the skins
yeah,
I was trying hard to like give them negative stuff, but like I could only do so much. So I mean, y'all can think what y'all want, but I
yeah.
tried. Y'all see.
This and then by the way, Bob said, did you leave some out for us before releasing the list. Yes, we left a lot out. We left a lot out. So don't worry, I still gonna enjoy it for sure.
I would say there's a lot of there's a good amount of like steals in the market right now if this list is accurate. Like we think
Right,
it's accurate.
right.
Um,
Like this is this is one of those things where I say this like if people did their own research, this is that list. So
yeah.
if somebody was new to come in and they actually went and figured things like they went and looked at certain places, this we genuinely feel is what would come to fruition if that was the case.
He said that he said that I'm gonna post a list and said there was a hack on the webpage.
Oh
What do you
yeah.
guys think about the animated videos Cypher's been doing? I haven't seen those. Have you?
Yes, I did. I seen both of them. It's actually one uh I was like we probably should react to. I think it was the proper timing for that. Like Cypher said, they took over a year to get the first one out, and now he has a system, so he's gonna do more animated videos on a more rampant rate. But I thought it was extremely creative. Like he put himself in the story and told the storyline from beginning to end, and kind of the whole story of Fortnite, not just the storyline, but like actually the comp side and everything like that. It was a great video, honestly. Was that- okay.
What are you guys talking about now? Web editing web pages and stuff? Oh my
Wait,
gosh.
wait, wait. Yeah, there we go.
That's not a you
Yeah,
talking about on
I
the
like
Fortnite
that.
Reddit. It's not
Yeah.
a bad idea. I mean, I think the Fortnite cards are gonna get there at some point, regardless. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, spreading the word is always good. Um,
Uh,
I haven't been on Reddit in a long time. I know
yeah,
Kari had started a Reddit. I forgot all about it.
yeah. Uh, Dill, this is an interesting take. The reason why I say that is because this is what I originally thought. Because as you know as well, animation is no joke. When it comes to time, money, that the
Mhm.
initial investment. I will say Cypher has his own complex Oni Studios where I'm pretty sure this person was hired and it wasn't like him outsourcing outside of his company. Like I think he hired an animator. Now, obviously that's not cheap, but I think this was only possible based off of like from him talking about the video. I think the video is on his YouTube as well of how this came together. I think it was only possible if it made sense financially because that's definitely expensive.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think a lot of the things these YouTubers do is like they could be making profit doing other stuff with their YouTube. I
Mhm.
think we talked about
Yeah.
this before. A lot of them like they don't really capitalize it on the
Oh
right
yeah. Oh
way.
yeah. For sure.
But I mean, I'm sure he's making plenty of money. He just wants to
Yeah.
do what he wants.
Yeah. And I think it's one of those things where it might have been more of a passion project that has potential. That's what it seems like to me. It was one of those ideas you can't get out of your head.
Hmm.
You have to make it happen, and then hopefully it pays off at the end. I guess you have to look at it, no pun intended, because we didn't talk about this yet, but you have to look at the Mr. Beast effect. Like it's like how much money did you put into this, and did the actual numbers of views actually bring that revenue back in? And if that's the case, then it worked out because the views alone and what he makes off of AdSense could possibly, and he probably had sponsor. I can't remember, but that could possibly pay for that video and the investment alone, depending on how he
I
did his
mean,
business
10
side.
animators for a whole year full time.
It's
That's,
heavy.
that sounds
Yeah,
very heavy.
yeah, it's heavy.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's good though.
Does anybody know the most notable card sale this
Yeah,
week?
I didn't look either.
I look for the cheaper ones, not the expensive ones.
We need
Um,
like it's so many that I've been missing lately. It's been annoying me a little bit, but it's been so many that I've missed over the past couple weeks.
I
Bob, did
mean,
you see any?
I see a lot of cards going cheaper and cheaper and cheaper as we get closer to Christmas,
Mhm.
and like the ones I'm just watching, yeah, cheap
Yeah.
or exp. Yeah, I don't know about like sold. Um, I'm trying to see if I I don't know if I've seen any that have like sold. I've seen some stuff sale, but let me see.
While you looking for that, Dell, yeah, that's that. Just going back to that, that's crazy. 10 plus full-time animators.
I guess the biggest sale was that Skull Trooper Italy. That was interesting that we were just talking about earlier. The
Mhm.
PSA 10 Italy Skull Trooper shard going
Bob,
for
what's your feeling?
500.
Because since you are one, Bob, what's your feeling on Silt right now? Like across the board, what do you feel about the sealed part of the hobby? Then that's also you find anything, any new ones?
No,
Uh,
not really.
while if you're still looking, uh, the I seen JT started playing the game as well. He said that are y'all competing in that Mr. Beast challenge tomorrow? Is an extremely fun game mode, bro. And I don't play those type of creative games, but this one is legit fun.
I haven't played it yet.
You
It's
should play
tomorrow,
it.
right?
You should play it. Like,
I was
uh,
I was like I was thinking, should I? I'm not gonna win.
well, I'm trying to play for the umbrella because it's the top 100,000, right?
Yeah.
And that's a pretty substantial number. So pretty much people have been doing their numbers, and they said like you have to be like at like 95,000 points to hit 100,000. I hit 80, so I'm probably a little off the mark, but it's yo. Once you play it, you'll see it's a good fun game mode.
Like, do you think like different people? I haven't played it, so I know nothing about it yet.
Yeah.
Do you think that some people will have more skill in it? Like, do you
Yes.
think
Yeah. It's a
it's
skill
definitely
based thing.
it's a skill type game?
Yeah, like, and it's not immediate. Like, it's like so pretty much. It's Simon Says. You might as well say in the beginning. Then it has like so it took like some of the best game modes in creative. Like, so it has like the floor is lava, like that type of stuff. But the challenges is it's fun, but it is challenging, especially pretty much the hardest part about it is keeping your health. Like you have to
Ooh,
keep your health. So that's the fun part about it.
Joey says he's been paying more for lasers than he has Series 3 ice.
Hmm.
That's interesting. Because I haven't been paying attention to
Yeah.
the lasers. But I've seen the ice go cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, so I'm not surprised by that
Hmm.
statement. But that is interesting. Um, I'm still ice all the way personally, but
Yeah. Uh Bob says, so it's kind of there for the sealed ones, but I totally understand sealed will take more time to be appreciated while grading cost is cheap and while we can simply buy graded singles. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I said this on here. I've been heavily thinking of building a sealed collection. Now, I will say I told Dylan the reason why. The reason why I've been thinking about it is because based off of high ground, like when I do a video, I like to physically have the thing. It just makes it more interesting than just showing the pictures from time to time, like to break it
mhm.
up. Uh and I caught myself wanting to have those physical boxes to show the product. So I definitely you have one left. Look at this. What is going on?
Well, this is the
Oh,
giveaways.
that's the giveaway one. Okay. I was about to
Yeah,
say, wait, you have one left of your own, bro? That's crazy.
no, I wish.
No, but I think
I
I've been thinking
I
about
can't hold anything.
it.
This is a series 3.
Yeah.
I mean, are we doing giveaways today? Should we do a giveaway today?
Um,
We need to do a
next week will
Chris.
be
We
next
need to
week
do a
is
Christmas giveaway. Maybe
what is
next week.
yeah, next week we'll do a major giveaway.
It's already the 16th.
Oh,
Uh,
so I did want to
Maybe
say
they
this.
can get it by Christmas though. They might want
Which
to
one?
get it by
We
Christmas.
can do that one.
Hmm. Sealed though, or
Yeah.
open.
Still. Oh boy, that's up to them.
Do you guys want to do a giveaway for Christmas so you can get it before Christmas? If you're in the U.S. anyway. Maybe I want to do a giveaway.
One of our great donations.
What you
Uh
guys?
while Dylan's looking through that, so Dick said, what did I think of his top 100 list? I'm actually gonna send it to Dylan right. Well, I won't send it to Dylan right now, but I'll let you want me to send it to you? Do you want to look at it?
Yeah, you can send it to me.
Okay, I'll send it to Dylan as well. Um, Richard, I think based off the cards, I think it was a great like if you like, and even what you told me what you factored in there, I think it was a great list. Honestly, I agree with a lot of the things from like my personal opinion. So I enjoyed the list. Honestly, I like how you put Moisty in there too. Let's see. So hold on. Du- du- du.
I'm going to.
Du-
Dill says open, open, open for the Series 3 Mega.
Hold on.
I kind of want to give it away. Maybe I should post in the Facebook group that we're doing a giveaway.
Yeah. Uh,
Let me do that. It'd be nice for you guys to get some Fortnite cards for
yeah.
Christmas.
I sent it to you. To the Dylan at Get High Ground. It was an email. Yeah. Yeah. So, Richard, the top half of your list was I was rocking with the heavy from my personal standpoint.
Ooh, Dill said he's making a top 50 this week. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. That's gonna be fun too. I love to see y'all list like that. That's gonna be having more lists and seeing those type of things is gonna be fun to see. All right, so
But pretty interesting list.
Dill said open. Uh, so what did y'all think? What do y'all think? Dick had Moisty at 49. What do y'all feel about that?
Um, I think a personal bias is getting in there.
Yo, Dill said it will
and
not
it
include Brute Gunner.
and I won't be mad at that. I won't
No,
be
no,
mad. I'm
I'm
just telling you the data said something
yeah,
different.
yeah, I'm cool with that. I ain't mad at it.
I ain't mad about it.
Dill is not with it. That's funny. Um,
Yeah, he's still stuck on that from like 3 hours ago.
his mom was probably wide open when he first heard that.
I think the first
Oh,
part of the
that's
list is
crazy.
pretty good. One of the things we didn't take into consideration, which was kind of hard, was the pump shotgun and stuff like that.
Right, we did. Yeah.
Um, I love the pump shotgun card. Also, like the hunting rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like we didn't really have the data. I
Yeah.
mean, pump shotgun is like everyone wants that to come back.
Mm-hmm.
So like I could see that being like a big thing.
Yeah.
That if a weapon was going to make it into the top 50, it would definitely be the pump
It would
shotgun.
be the pump shotgun for sure.
I would rather have the pump
Then
shotgun
a
than
then a
Brute Gunner.
couple. It would be a couple that I'd rather have the
We
pump
can drop
shotgun
Brute
than
Gunner for pump shotgun.
there you go. There you go. Yeah, so if y'all can just put y'all blinders on when y'all see Brute Gunner, just make it the pump shotgun.
And Bob said Moisey's not making his top 500. Dang.
You see the
I have to
only
say, there's a lot of good skins in Fortnite, and
yeah,
I'm just not connected to Moisey the same way.
yeah. The only soft spot that I truly have for Moisty is the POI is connected to him. I think of the Moisty POI. That was my favorite POI young into Fortnite years. But yeah, top 500, not in the top 500 is nuts. That's how I feel about Flytrap though.
I trap
Flytrap
too.
Flytrap is at the total bottom.
Man, I just posted this link on my regular homepage. Everyone's gonna be like, "What the hell are they
Oh,
giving
bro.
away?" I don't ever post on Facebook either. I don't even know how to delete it. Where did it
Did you
go? How do you see your profile?
Yo, no way.
Everybody gets. I'm gonna.
We about to get a subscriber bump.
Right?
Did you delete it?
Yeah, I deleted it.
All right.
I don't post on my Facebook. I might get some weirdos in here.
Richard said the 1500 sale could keep it top 100. It did sell pretty solid.
I mean, that's what I'm taking series one. That's why it's like it's hard to consider the sales, because we don't know the reason behind the sales. Like
Yeah.
8 Ball sale was crazy,
It was insane.
right? I mean, that one was just like off the charts. So it's kind of hard to just go off of that.
Hold on. I think it's Facet. Wait, it's Facet's Ramirez though, right? Wait, hold on. Let me make sure. Some of these skins slipped my mind.
I know what facet is. I don't think it's Ramirez necessarily. She has like white hair. Yeah, I have pulled it
I
up.
think
They
this
did.
is they sectioned them off. Facet, I can't remember for sure, but I think it is. Yo, so speaking of that, you know what I just noticed? Maybe I'm dumb.
Yeah, like Ultimate Night PSA 9 sold for close to 4,000.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't see the Ultimate Night holding those values long term. Personally, I'm sorry if someone bought that for that much.
I like Ultimate Night card a lot. So that's my only
The card
yeah,
is beautiful, but you're
yeah.
gonna spend $4,000 on something you just think is beautiful like that.
Some people I think
Most people like have a connection to something. That's why they're willing to spend that kind of money
well,
on it.
see, this is where the market comes in at. That's where it gets interesting, where it's like
Yeah,
those the market choice. Some of them just, hold its own throughout all of that.
Dill crazy. Oh man. Well,
Oh,
I'm glad that we're on the same page then, Dill, about Brute Gunner. I'm sorry that you hate him so much.
also on top of that, right? So, did you ever notice that Manic is a reskin of Elite Agent?
A reskin?
Yeah, technically.
I
Look
mean,
at it.
yeah,
Like
I don't pay attention to it.
I never like truly paid attention to that. Like obviously it's a different style, but that's Ramirez. They're both Ramirez with their they actually have their mask off, like the option.
Hmm.
It's
Wait, you can have the mask off for this one now? I forgot
yeah,
about that.
yeah.
Yeah, they said it's in the fandom wiki.
Bob, it's crazy. I just had them separate in my head like all the time, as in just in general.
Hmm.
I never even factored that in. I was just looking one time. I was like, yo, that's crazy. Those are
What's up,
that's
Daniel? I don't know if more people are coming in, but we're going to be giving this away here in a minute.
Daniel, what's up?
You
What's up?
said Brute Gunner is a reskin of Flytrap.
Fly trap.
You're wild for that.
Yo, I think Fortnite was probably shocked how much that skin was hated though. They probably thought they hit one out the park.
No, they had to now. Like they
No, they
based off of
bro.
a plant.
I'm
There's no
almost
way.
positive they thought they hit that out the park, bro. And then they just like looking at the numbers like, wait a second. No, that was not a I feel bad for who made that though. I do.
I mean, yeah, I don't
that's
know, but
that's the only one that I will not back down from. That's how bad that skin is to me. To
which
anybody else
one?
that's that skin fly
Flytrap.
trap. Yeah.
When you,
Yeah, that's
I had never seen the actual that banner or the loading screen until you made it pull up that one time.
it's made it worse.
Yeah, that made it way worse. All right, who wants to be part of this giveaway for this mega here?
While he's doing that deal, they really did though. They thought they killed that. They had that. They had it locked and loaded, made it a legendary skin. They're like, oh yeah, this one's good. No, bro, not that one.
Because I have the perfect idea. You see that plant over there in the corner? Yeah, we're
We have
making
to make
skin
it
out of that.
red face.
Mm.
Just, oh man, somebody brought in an exotic fly trap.
I think an intern made it. To be
So
honest,
what it is, they went on vacation. They learned about fly traps. They brought one into the office, sparked some ideas, and they had a major rollout. And that joint was just a
no, I
dud.
think someone hated Epic Games and like I'm gonna bring down Epic Games by designing this skin. All right, let's
Yo,
start doing this giveaway here.
yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, Bob. Like it's just, bro. It's just not it. It's really not.
All right, Warfighter. A
It,
Warfighter.
Bob. I think the context for that it was really weird. It's really weird. I think the context for that is gonna come later on. If you ask me, I think it. I don't know.
Who else want to be in this giveaway? Who we got here?
Yeah. Make sure y'all let me
Stray
know if y'all
Kid,
want to be
what's
in the
going
giveaway.
on?
But yeah, Bob. Like I didn't know what they
Post a
were trying
comment
to
so I
do
can
with
see you
that
guys.
event. I think it might have just been for us to see how beautiful the map was gonna look. But terrible planning though. Terrible planning for that specific part of the event.
Man, I love the series, the chapter 4 map.
Oh, the
Chapter 4. We
chapter
on chapter
4 map is
4?
amazing. Where have you been dropping?
I really like Slappy,
Yeah.
whatever it's called, the
But
Slappy
you've
Factory.
been playing more pub, so you probably been going like consistent hot drops.
Yeah, I always go hot drops,
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah,
Well, it depends who I'm playing with. They might like want to go somewhere else.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I haven't played any arenas this season.
Really? That's and it,
Maybe
we
I played a
literally
couple with Black Ash. Maybe.
yeah.
Um,
What? Richard, worst map? That's crazy.
are you kidding me? No, Chapter
No
3 was
way.
definitely the worst map. There wasn't a single location that was like it for me there.
Yeah.
This map's great. I like this map a lot.
Um, I
What's
want
up,
to.
Jesus? Let's go.
If I had to pick one, I would say me personally, I didn't enjoy Chapter Two map as much as I did the other ones.
Chapter 2.
Yeah,
I didn't mind Chapter 2, but Chapter 2 was so long.
so
I
long.
was just
Yeah,
ready for a change.
yeah,
And then Chapter 3 kind of dropped the ball on it.
yeah,
Chapter 4 I liked a lot.
yeah, yeah. This map is it's amazing, man. I enjoy this map a lot.
The motorbikes
Uh,
are cool.
y-
The hammers are
yeah,
crazy.
the hammers are
We got
crazy for
16
sure.
people in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 people on the list. Does anybody else want a mega box? We're gonna open it up and pull a Midas here.
The motorbikes, can't forget about the motorbikes. So the motorbikes isn't an arena. So I've been playing a lot of late game as well. So
We're ripping the box, right? Or are we letting the person who wins decide?
the
How
person
are we
who
doing
wins,
this?
the person who wins decide.
All right, the person who wins gets to decide if we rip it or not.
Stray Kid, who streams do you like?
Brent, what's up, man?
I better have a Jack Duck.
I know Bob wants to keep it sealed.
Dill said
What's up, Vamper?
rumor has it the employee count dropped by 20% on release day of Flytrap.
Just 20%. Daniel says free equals ripped.
Free equals ripped.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 out of 18 people. Does anybody else want in on this? Good old duck race, my favorite thing that you guys introduced me to.
Yeah, I introduced that. That was dope.
Yep, duck race. I'm gonna do a duck race.
I know that's how.
The thing I liked the most was these Corocoros.
Yeah,
that JT introduced us to. Is
that
JT still here?
I
don't have him on the list.
That was a fun moment.
Papa Trog.
If I would rip that Midas, it's definitely a Midas in there.
Did I put Daniel in there? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. JT, you still here? You were here earlier. Joey, are you still here? Joey T. Got 17 people. Joey T, you still here? Oh,
JT
don't put you in. All right, JT. Yeah, this is probably the coolest thing the chat has brought to us because I really like these.
I hope Coro Gold Pilly makes the list.
Probably not. I just think the print run's gonna be too high.
Otherwise, I'll short my Fortnite position. Yeah, the Corocoros are dope though. I really like them a lot.
Yeah, I like them too. They're just a cool thing. I liked all the stuff I got from that. I have it all in my comic box.
Yeah.
I have like the little poster that says like the New York Times or whatever. They're just cool things to have. All right, guys, I think that's it. We're at 18. I think I'm gonna cut it off here.
Yeah, let's run it.
Gold Peely Coroco hasn't hit a PSA 10 yet. Is that true?
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Oh, the gold one, the gold Peely one.
Oh, the gold one, yeah.
I get what you're saying. All right. Clear. Let's do 47 seconds.
47.
Oh, that's how you do it. All right. Let me look at these ducks here. These all look the same.
Who you got?
I got the Superman. I don't know who is Superman, but I think I got Superman winning it.
Oh, they didn't give him.
Do it for 30 minutes. Yo, we should. You know what we should do?
What?
We should have one running in the background for like the whole podcast.
And then see who wins at the end or something.
Yeah,
like
so
that?
like we start off like we're giving this away today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to say the whole time to see if you win.
That would be dope.
That'd be kind of crazy.
All
this episode is brought to you by Fiverr. Success closer than you think. Come on, Superman. Richard, you got this. I think you're Superman.
But this episode is brought to you by FortniteCards.com.
Yeah. Actually, it's not really Fiverr. He's like, no free marketing over here.
Yeah.
Warfighter, I like
Oh,
Warfighter's duck.
but you see where Vamper at. Every time somebody back there, they always end up popping
I feel
off
like
at the
Vamper
last
was a
second.
dock last time.
Oh shoot.
There's a lot of bland ducks out here. Like y'all didn't even get
Yeah.
dressed for this race.
The ratio.
These naked ducks about to win. Warfighter's looking strong. Warfighter's looking
Oh, Warfighter.
strong.
That's a dog.
Always the colorful ones. It's always
That's a win. The that was messed up with the plain ducks. They all got the plain ones. They cheated y'all.
yeah. I don't know why there was so many plain ones that time. All right, rip Warfighter. I'll let Warfighter decide. You want me to rip it,
Yeah.
Warfighter?
The pressure. Your boy, what's up?
What's up, your boy? Sorry, I think I missed you. You missed the giveaway.
We'll
Am
have
I
more.
ripping this? Am I
We'll have
ripping?
more.
Let's go. He said rip it. He said rip.
Let's
We're gonna
go.
rip. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what we pull. I haven't pulled an Aura or a Midas yet out of any of the boxes I've opened. So I'm rooting for one of those.
It's gonna be a Midas is definitely in there.
Now, are we doing packs? Are we doing packs first? I guess. Do you want packs, or you want just the ice?
Just I don't know. That's up to them. Probably just the ice. What you want to do?
Yeah, Brent says rip just the ice. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
that matters.
yeah.
I'll still send everything else for you. All right, you ready? Oh man. Okay, so
facts, Bob.
he said rip it all. Okay, you want me to rip all the rest?
He got one of Dylan cards.
Huh?
Did he get what? Did you look at it yet?
Yeah, I saw it.
I know.
I saw it. I had to say, not one of my cards. I had to say I'm not too impressed. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
I'm not too impressed.
Let's see.
I feel like you got robbed. I'm just gonna check to see if there's any like hollows or anything here for you. Is anyone collecting series 3 base cards? Are
I got
you?
some for you? No.
Because series 1 base are super rare, like the epics and legendary.
Yeah.
But for everything else, it's you can switch them out really quickly. I don't have any sealed packs.
Yo,
like that.
Dylan was stuck for a second. He said, "Hold up."
I have it here. Y'all want me to show it to you guys?
Yeah, show it.
All right, this is
okay. What's the back? Oh, all right.
In my opinion,
he said he did the switcheroo.
Did a switcheroo. I just have it there. You guys are crazy. That's what the community thinks of me, I swear.
You had that noise. You had the awkward pause. I was like, oh shoot.
I just felt bad because I thought we were gonna pull something good. That's all. You know, I'm gonna put your frozen card to the side.
The center, I like a lot of the blue cards in Series 3. They pop really
I
well.
swear the blue cards be having some bangers. We got like Kuno, Focus, Elite Agent. It's like Black Knight.
Yeah.
It's like Wild Card. The blue cracked dice cards really be hitting. All right, you got your first Optichrome.
Optichrome looks sweet on that one.
Bigfoot.
But Panini ripped down.
You need to be ripping everybody off. I need them to release Series 4 already.
Yo, they need some news or something.
Yeah. I'm ready for a new set. I mean, I still like Series 3, you know.
Yeah, are you optimistic about it when it comes to Series 4?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they had too good of a release. You know what I mean? And they're losing sports and stuff like that. So it would just be bad business not to keep doing something that's working.
Right.
Print quality for Italy was way better than USA for Series 3.
Interesting.
I don't think I have a single Italy Series 3 card.
I don't yet either.
In what way was it better quality? Like, I guess there's a lot of like print lines and stuff on Series 3 USA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The corners have been fine for me.
Yeah, the corners been. I haven't had no problem.
The edges are a little bit frayed.
Mm-hmm. Said you bought a whole case of 22 Absolute Football Blasters today. 2 years ago, it would have been interesting. That's funny.
We got your hollow, which I
You
actually kind of
keeping
like this skin.
yeah, complex. I like the what's the name of the fire set? I can always forget it. Is it lot? It's not lot. What is it?
I think it's a lava series. I don't know what the
Yo,
name of
I
it
like
is.
the lava series of
Yeah, I
complex.
like that one too. I think that's what made me buy it.
Hmm.
I actually see
Wait, no,
Target
you should have got that for free.
the lava
Did you
one.
buy? Did you buy the lava one?
No, I think I bought her when the lava one came out. I think.
Oh, okay, I got you. I'm gonna say you should have got that for free.
Yeah, I think I finally purchased it when the lava came
Yeah, I was
out.
about to say, oh shoot, bro, you spending money for no reason.
Yeah, the frayed look on like the edging. Yeah, the edging is
Mm,
the only thing so. Corn has been fine for me. So
yeah,
like, if you look on the edgings, like you see a lot of white.
yeah.
I saw it on a lot of my Kunos. Um, got another hollow. Now,
That
do you want me to ship just the hollows and your frozen card, or do you want the base too, Warfighter? I'm just gonna go through it one more time, make sure, because I haven't
Which I
really been paying attention to the base cards.
Bob said France might win the World Cup. Which I feel about that.
Um, I haven't been watching it too closely. I did watch some games, the game that Messi played last weekend. I think was that last weekend.
Yeah,
But I haven't been following it too much. All right, I'll keep the base.
that gotta the Bills have a game tomorrow night. Going to that, that should be interesting. This is a big game.
You going to the game?
I'm a season ticket holder, so
Oh my
not
gosh, it's got to
not
be
yeah.
cold where you're at, right?
Oh, it's freezing. These are the best games though. His so let's see. Let's see what the weather's gonna be tomorrow.
Well, JT has a Messi auto closing on Sunday, so you're hoping that Messi playing them? Is that who's playing?
Friend, I don't know about
I was watching it. I don't normally watch, but I did watch last weekend, and I could actually watch soccer.
well, I don't think my brain has enough space left for anything else to follow deeply. Like
To follow
it
deeply, yeah,
yeah, yeah. Casually I can do it. I
yeah.
to follow deep, but with me it's like I'm all in or it's not at all at some points.
-5. Holy cow! No, I can't do that negative
Well,
stuff.
it feels like summer compared to that because we are not at -5 right now. I'll tell you that much.
We were
We're
at
at
50 today.
we're at 33. It snowed a little bit today. It's pretty good, but tomorrow night is gonna be a little bit more frigid. Not too bad. It's supposed to feel like 15, but it's supposed to snow at least 5 to 6 inches around that time. So it should be snowing consistently. Snow is way better than rain though. Out of all the games I've been to, sitting
Yeah, oh
in the
yeah.
rain
I mean,
sucks. Like it sucks so bad.
it was like 39 here, and it rained.
Yeah,
I was like, just be snow at that point, because like freezing cold plus rain is the
yeah,
worst.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
literally the worst.
It's terrible. It was a Jets game like a couple years ago. It was doing just that, and it was awful. Yeah, exactly, Bob. That's why I'm not really following it too closely.
That's kind of well. You
Mm,
do know. I guess it's coming to the U.S. The next one.
Is it?
Yeah, which would be
That should be
interesting.
yeah, that should be. But at the same time, so what's weird with me is pretty much what I said. I'm such a diehard fan when it comes to like my sports. If I sit in like at a World Cup game, I'm gonna feel weird if I don't know what's going on to the total. Like if I don't know the story,
Yeah,
it's gonna be weird for me. Like because I'm such a fan of the things I'm a fan of. When I'm like on the outskirts of it, I just feel weird.
I mean,
So
I know like the name, like I know Messi and stuff
yeah,
like
I know
that,
the
and I
top
know the
names.
game. I know the game of soccer because I used to play.
Yeah,
I
yes,
actually used to referee soccer when I was younger too. So like I know the game of soccer. My daughter
yeah.
plays it. So like I can sit and watch a game. So we had somebody that was actually watching the game because they were rooting for Messi last weekend. So I sat down there and watched it with them, and it was fun to watch. It's just not something I normally do.
Bob said I have 4 years. Okay, Bob, that's a good point. All right,
That's true.
I'll do my due diligence then. I will. I do have 4 years.
Is
I'll see
Messi the
what I
next
can do.
guy to come into Fortnite? I see that guy from Fortnite.
Um, Northern Illinois. Yeah, that's no lie. That's crazy for it to be that degrees right now. In December, and we have pretty interesting weather. Like, but Buffalo weather is a little different where it's just like it's dramatic. Is that's pretty much what our weather is like. One day, like today, earlier today, it hit 43, and then tomorrow it could be a certain amount of snow, X amount of snow. Like we had an October storm. It was like October 2nd. We got well over 6 feet of snow. Like it's that type of stuff. So Buffalo is a little bit more sporadic, but -5 right now is rough.
Warfighter, do you want me to open this pack and put them in card savers, or send it packaged?
They're expanding from 32 to 48 teams. Okay. Dale says Messi just got in Warzone recently. I'll say Ronaldo is most likely
Oh
for
wait, I
Fortnite.
did see that. I think that's so strange. It doesn't. I feel like that stuff doesn't work
You know
and
what it
stuff. That's
is?
so. It's like
It
because like
doesn't.
Warzone's so realistic. It's like you just send that man off to war.
Yeah, no, no, no.
You know what I
I
mean?
agree. It doesn't work at
Like
all.
everyone's trying to catch up to Fortnite so bad, it doesn't
Yep.
work. Like
That's what
Fortnite actually has a story behind it, has the loop, and like you're just bringing Messi into war. I mean,
yeah.
come on, man. Messi doesn't want to fight.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I agree though. Like it's one of those things where it's like you can't really do it. It's just it doesn't have the same effect. It doesn't have the
Yeah,
same effect, and everybody's trying to keep up with that Fortnite brand. But they had to take a lot of flack for that type of branding that they've done. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It's either you're all in or you're not in at all. Like that's the way I see it when it comes to the way they do that.
yeah.
Um,
Like people used to make fun of like how like it's animated versus not real, but
yeah,
this gives them so much like
yep,
availability to do things like this in a way that makes sense.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. The other thing is, so we are going to be releasing these videos when? Do we
Uh,
know yet?
so
For the top 50 cards, we're
this will
doing
be
10 a week. Is that what we're doing?
10 a week. Yeah, so five videos, 10 a week. Let's see. Let's get the exact. So we'll shoot the 21st. Um, that's perfect timing. I should be done editing it 2 days, 3 days, and then let's do. Do you want to do Monday through Friday, or do we want a weekend one? Would y'all want weekend days? Like how y'all want? Should we do Monday through Friday? Because we could do the 26th to the 30th,
The 26th. Are you saying like at one a day, one video a
one a day.
day?
Yeah, one
Oh,
video a
okay.
day.
Yeah, we could do that.
26th to the 30th.
Well, I mean, we got Christmas and stuff. Like, I don't want to like,
Right. Well, that's why I said that's why 26th to the 30th might be better because it's after Christmas.
yeah,
Oh, you want to? But do you want to do it for it? Like, do you want to?
like I don't know
What do you?
because you're gonna do the editing for it.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's.
so
I mean, the
I don't know
21st.
if how much time you have.
Yeah, I'll
26th to the
be.
30th. All right,
Yeah,
let's do the 26th to the 30th. That way they have the full list by January,
yeah,
and that
exactly.
way that you'll have time to like look at it
Yeah,
and pick up your
yeah,
cards with your Christmas money.
yeah. There you go. We might.
That's a
And
good
we could
plan.
talk. We could talk off of this. We might even go. Maybe we do Tuesday next week instead of for Wednesday or something. Depending on how our time go, we'll figure it out.
I'll update it on FortniteCards.com. There's a top 50 link. You can do it by going to like the card section.
Yeah.
Um, I can actually show you guys here.
Well, I.
So
Yeah.
you can either go to trading cards. There's a top 50 link here.
Mm-hmm.
You go there. This is coming soon. So if we have any updates, when we have the time, I'll put it here. I'll put the date and the time when it'll be released.
Yep.
You follow us on Instagram and on YouTube, and you'll be the first to know. So, well, this is a good
Thank you.
podcast. I'm probably gonna hop off. It's 12 o'clock. I'm gonna
One.
get
Uh,
Warfighters his cards.
yeah. Let's see. And Bob, I would love to see some combat sports come in here. Like McGregor would probably be one of the biggest memes in there for sure when he comes in.
There's a lot of
Especially
fighters that
yeah,
have like personalities online. I don't know if I
yeah,
want to see on there.
yeah, yeah, for sure. It's definitely a couple. Hey, let's go. That's what I said. I could tell it was definitely car based and even what based off of like it's some things that we had in there, but this is gonna be interesting. I can't wait for Richard to see it, especially after him doing his top 100 list.
Yeah, I have to say, Dick's was pretty
I
good.
liked it. I liked it.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty good. It was
Hmm.
it'll be interesting for you to compare 'em with what we have. So
Yeah. Yeah, Jake.
I
Exactly,
wouldn't.
man.
Sorry, Jake. Yeah, you missed the giveaway. We
There'll
did a
be
mega
more.
box giveaway. Sorry, Jake.
Warfighter, wait, you telling me you don't want to see Jake and Logan Paul?
I'm not a fan of them
Yeah, yeah,
either.
yeah, yeah.
I'm not a
Is
fan. I wouldn't quit Fortnite. Like, I don't really care. Like, they can do whatever they want. I'm not gonna quit because they bring someone on there. But at the
Warf
same time,
Warfighter knows he wants Logan Paul in his wrestling suit. That he knows it. I mean,
no.
come on.
I mean, I don't. I don't want to give them any more
Nah,
celebrity than they already
nah,
have,
yeah, yeah, that's
personally.
yeah.
But one does collect cards, so
I like their
it's
film
a.
editor. That's about
I'd
it.
like to have Kevin Hart come to Fortnite.
The height discrepancy there.
All right, then Kevin Hart can be a back bling. How about that?
There you go. I think they should do that more though. Actually, when the
Well,
whole
they have The
marketing
Rock
scheme,
in there. They should
yeah,
have The Rock, and
that
instead
would
of
be,
Kevin Hart be a back bling, right?
yo, that'd be funny. Kevin Hart
That
as the
would be
back plate for
hilarious
the
if he
Rock.
came out as a back bling that only The
Only the
Rock can
Rock can
wear.
use. That's
He
funny.
he can be the only one who can carry Kevin Hart on his back. Don't
Bob
hate on
said, yeah,
Kevin
no.
Hart,
Bob
but don't
said,
hate
yeah,
on The
no, Kevin
Rock.
Hart. No,
Yeah.
Warfighter, I know you wouldn't.
Agent
Agent Pilly,
Peely,
oh,
Laser Ghoul Trooper, the zombie
zombie.
one. Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, good
There's a
pickup
lot
for
of good
sure.
prices stuff out there.
Yeah.
Um, I'm trying so hard not to buy stuff.
Oh man, 'tis the season.
All right, guys, I'm going to hop off. This was great.
Yes.
Please check out the Fortnite Cards website. Like, subscribe, comment, share. We're trying to make 2023 a big year for us and try
Yeah.
to get bigger. At some
Yeah.
point, we want to do like events with you guys and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So we're just trying to grow as fast as we can.
Yeah, for
So we
sure.
appreciate any sharing you guys do,
Love the
and
sport, y'all.
we'll catch you guys next time.
Have a good one.